Welcome into Lisle here tonight as we get set for kickoff in a rainy, windy, cold night in September. That's a little odd to say that, but we got temperatures at about the 40-degree mark here tonight as we get set for football. Welcome into Wilmington Wildcats Weekly here on the Christian Internet Sports Network, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company. Big thank you to Breezer for once again this year stepping up and sponsoring Wilmington Wildcats Weekly. Their information, along with everybody else's as well, is on the sponsors page of the website. Go click there, and there are links and everything there so you can find out more about all of our sponsors here tonight. But a big thank you to Breezer. Sophomore game just got over. Wilmington wins that 36-14 here tonight. The rain is coming down. It's a wet, cold, miserable night. Stay at home. Or if you're out driving around like I do sometimes, plug the phone into the car, stay in the car, stay at home. Get yourself a cup of hot chocolate, sit back, relax, and listen to tonight's game because if you made the road trip up here, congratulations to you. You should get a gold medal after getting through all that traffic disaster out there on 75th and 55, and oh my goodness. It was a mess getting here, but we hope you enjoy the game tonight. Wilmington at 2-0 on the road to take on the 1-1 Lisle Lions. This is the first game of the I-8 Small Division Conference schedule. And very important for Wilmington to get a win on the road, although it seems like every time we come to Lisle, something bizarre happens, and then things kind of fall apart. So we'll see what happens tonight.
Yeah, we have had some of the strangest, most bizarre things happen up here that you can believe. But right now, Wilmington really wants to hit on all cylinders. This is their chance to open up the actual conference schedule for them, and they want to come away with a win. And when you come in all that traffic and all the cold weather, it's good to come away with a win. And it's just a slight bit of difference in the weather this week than last week.
Yep, a little bit. It's going to be an interesting night. Lisle, about 23 guys on their varsity team tonight. They have a brand new coach this year, and they've also switched to what is now the double wing, very similar to what Illinois, to what Wilmington runs, except the backs are more straight ahead as opposed to facing the quarterback like Wilmington runs it. But in any case, very similar to Wilmington's offense. You'll see a lot of running tonight. You're not going to see a lot of passing, especially in this miserable weather. And we'll see how things go. Should play to Wilmington's strength, though.
I think so.
Running the ball and stopping the run, that's what the Cats do the best.
That's what their bread and butter has always been for the last number of years, is running the ball and stopping the run. It's the passing that gives us fits once in a while. Those big plays that break out, and all at once you find yourself down 7 points. So I think Wilmington will like facing this Lisle team.
Well, Lisle tonight comes in at 1-1. They won a Week 1 matchup, 33-21 over Piatone, a game that saw Piatone get out to a 21-0 lead in the first half. Lisle came all the way back and won that game 33-21. Week 2, though, they were here at home to take on Aurora Central Catholic, a much different opponent than Piatone.
Oh, wow.
And Lisle ended up, I think, losing 26-13 in that game. I didn't have the sheet right in front of me here, but I know they were down by 3 scores at one point, and they came back to make it a 2-score game late. Aurora Central Catholic, like we said, a much different opponent than Piatone, but still a good showing from this Lisle team. It's not the typical Lisle Lions you're used to, which is a really, really big offensive and defensive line. They're usually big kids. This year they've slimmed down quite a bit. They're running the double wing offense. Kind of a little bit different look from Lisle this year. It'll be interesting to see how these two teams match up.
Yeah, and I'm kind of like you. I think it'll be to Wilmington's advantage to have Lisle switch the way they are. Well, Wilmington's used to fighting with the teams bigger than they are, and they have to use their quickness. This time they're more the same size, but of course Lisle might be just as quick.
Well, we'll see. The Cats, Week 1, we saw a lot of speed out of the 3 or 4 players from Sandwich that managed to break away a couple of times with much more speed than their opponent. And this week, the Cats will match up against Lisle. Of course, Coal City's just big.
Yes.
And they were big, powerful, and, it just became an issue for Coal City after a while. They just did not have the speed to stick with Wilmington. That and the fact that Alex Lomi and Mason Southall have kind of developed that rapport with Lomi moving out to an end position and now being able to go up and catch some of Mason's passes. And as you could tell, that's who he throws the ball to almost exclusively is Alex Lomi. And when you can throw the ball 40 yards and he'll go up and get it for you, I don't know. I can see why you would do it every time.
Well, that's why Zalomi is so special to this team. He's a big target, but he's not only a big target, he's strong. If the ball's in his vicinity, he can work his way, knock the other guy out of the way, and take the ball away from him. So he's been invaluable this season. Oh.
Well, we'll get to our interview with Coach Raines here in just a little bit. That's about a 5-minute interview. We've got a few minutes before we'll get to that here tonight. 17 minutes before kickoff here from Benedictine University in Lisle. We'll take our first break of the night. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about the weather and what these two teams are going to have to play in tonight, as well as look at some other things going on around the area as well tonight. Be back in just a moment. You're listening to Wilmington Wildcats Weekly, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company, right here on the Christian Internet Sports Network. Breezer Construction Company is a proud supporter of Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network. For over 30 years, Breezer Construction Company has led the way in providing quality construction to the industrial, utility, and pipeline industries. For more information on Breezer Construction Company, go to breezerconstruction.com. That's breezerconstruction.com, or call 815-521-0900. Ricetti's Cafe and Pizzeria in downtown Coal City is an authentic Italian restaurant that's all about sharing great food in a relaxing atmosphere. Ricetti's has delicious paninis, sandwiches, calzones, salad, pasta, and of course their incredible pizza. Plus, you can check out a game on one of their many TVs, and they have Wi-Fi too. Stop by Ricetti's Cafe and Pizzeria today at 375 South Broadway in Coal City. ACN representative Pete Treby has a very simple way for you to save money on your monthly bills. All you have to do is go to Pete's website and fill out the free analysis form. Then Pete will show you a detailed way to save money on everything: wireless, satellite TV, high-speed internet, local and long distance, computer support, and coming soon, save money on energy. Go to the sponsors page on this website, click on ACN Representative Pete Treby's link, fill out the free analysis form, and start saving money today. Here at Benedictine University in Lisle, as we get set for football tonight, the Lisle Lions hosting the Wilmington Wildcats in a rainy, windy, cold night in September. Who would have guessed on September 12th that it would be about 45 degrees, rain coming down sideways, and windy night? Boy, it's cold and windy tonight. This is the only way we can really describe that to you. Be glad you're at home or wherever you're at inside and warm, because tonight it's a little bit of an interesting one weather-wise, as the Cats on the road to take on the Lisle Lions. We've looked at the weather, by the way. It does not appear it's going to get any better anytime soon.
Yeah, it looks like we got at least another hour or so of rain. And you can look across the field and underneath the lights over there, and it's blowing across the sheets. So it's coming right on down.
Yeah, it's a weird kind of rain, too. I mean, it's not like it's not a real heavy type of rain. It looks heavier if you look up into the lights. It's more like almost like a heavy mist, but it's blowing all over the place and makes it look like it's monsoon weather out there. It's blowing hard. It's hard enough rain, but it's not. It's not like a downpour.
When you look down those puddles along the side of the field there, it's coming down really pretty hard, but it's really tiny drops, and so that helps out a little bit.
Well, as we mentioned, that weather not going to improve anytime soon, and really that plays into the hand of both of these teams. They both run the double wing. There's not going to be a whole lot of passing tonight, so this is really hang on to the football, try to expose some weaknesses in the other team, and see if you can get a couple of scores on the board. I don't think this is going to be like a shootout here tonight, although who knows.
I don't expect it to be that, and I think the key to the game, too, is one of the keys is going to be hanging on to the ball, because they're going to do some hitting out there, and these guys are going to run right at each other, and this wet ball is not going to help the runners any. Well, it's quite a band they've got here for a while. Look at that size of this thing.
Yep, pretty good sized band. It's about 3 times the size of the Lisle football team, I do believe.
It is.
In any case, around the area tonight, some other key matchups, and we'll try to get some scores for you as we go through tonight. Beth, who is normally our scorekeeper as far as grabbing scores from around the area, she's not here tonight. She's just now getting home from work in what was a disaster of a traffic mess going home tonight.
Yes.
So she's going to be at home, but she'll be sending us some updates on scores from around the area. She's got connections all over the place. So we should be able to keep you up to date on the scores. Some of the other games tonight, Herscher at 1-1 will host Westmont to get their I-8 schedule underway. So Herscher and Westmont both at 1-1 tonight. Manteno hosts Plano. Boy, you want to talk about a good early season matchup in the large division of the I-8. Manteno at 2-0 hosting Plano at 1-1. Plano, however, is probably much better than that 1-1 record. They played Yorkville, who is a 5A
Are they
power.
good?
And, boy, Yorkville just absolutely destroyed Sandwich last week. So they had a very good program. They're in the Morris Redskins conference, if that tells you anything. So
that's a tough conference.
So you're talking about stepping up a little bit. So Manteno and Plano going at it tonight. Reed Custer hosting Seneca. Reed Custer at 0-2 against Seneca at 2-0. Although Seneca, they had some trouble with Dwight early, although by Dwight's second week score, beating Hoopston 40-8. Who knows? Maybe the Trojans are on the right path. But Seneca, one touchdown victory over Dwight in week 1, and they had to do it on a fake field goal late to get that 14-7 win. And then Seneca with a win in week 2 against Nokomis, who is a smaller school from downstate. So Seneca at 2-0 going in to take on Reed Custer at 0-2. That's another small division game here in the I-8. Coal City at 1-1 will host Piatone tonight. Piatone comes in at 0-2. Piatone's having their troubles this year after they graduated 18 of their 22 starters from a year ago. That team that went a couple of rounds into the playoffs, they're struggling this year trying to rebuild with a younger team. They go into Coal City tonight. Unfortunately for Piatone, it's not going to get much better for them, I don't think.
I don't think so either.
And in our last game tonight, we're going to keep an eye on. It's interesting. Sandwich at 0-2 goes up against Streeter at 0-2. Streeter, of course, playing a little bit bigger schools from downstate. Streeter, a bigger school itself, easily the biggest school in the I-8 at over 900 students. Seneca's the second largest, and I think they're at like 750. So Streeter is much larger than anybody else in the I-8. We'll see how Sandwich does against them tonight. A battle of a couple of 0-2 teams in the large division of the I-8. And that's some of the other games going around here in the conference tonight. So
I had no idea that Seneca was the second largest school in the I-8.
Seneca? No, Sandwich.
Oh, you said Seneca that last time.
Oh, did I say Seneca? I meant Sandwich. I was talking about Sandwich, but I must have said Seneca by mistake. No, Seneca's not anywhere near the second largest school.
I thought they were a fairly small school. Yeah.
No, they're in the small division. I must have said Seneca instead of Sandwich. Getting all those different teams in my mind. Sometimes I say the wrong thing from time to time. Well, we're about 10 minutes away from kickoff here tonight. We'll take a break. We'll come back with our interview with Coach Jeff Raints. We'll get to that in just a moment. You're listening to Wilmington Wildcats Weekly, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company right here on the Christian Internet Sports Network. Breezer Construction Company is a proud supporter of Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network. For over 30 years, Breezer Construction Company has led the way in providing quality construction to the industrial, utility, and pipeline industries. For more information on Breezer Construction Company, go to breezerconstruction.com. That's breezerconstruction.com or call 815-521-0900. Back here at Wilmington Wildcats Weekly, joined once again by head coach Jeff Raints. And coach, another lightning delay, another late game, but again, another win. So maybe we're seeing a pattern here this year.
Yeah, no, as bad as it is, if that's what it takes for us to get the W, we'll take it. But I thought our kids battled through the adversity well. You know, it was both the same for us in Coal City. The thing I was really nervous about is when the lightning delay did happen. Boy, we were on a nice drive, and we had the momentum going our way. And to take an hour break and then to come back, we were able to get 3 points out of the drive. But I thought if the game kept going, we might be able to capitalize right there. But overall, you know, anytime you beat a fine program like Coal City, we're really happy about that. And the kids played really well, and real happy for our seniors.
Well, I think one of the things going into the game on Friday was the fact the size differential with how big Coal City was up front, and then your speed and kind of see what would win out on Friday night. But Impressive for us to see how that front line, especially defensively, handled a much bigger offensive line.
Oh, I agree. Derek Kirchner, Kyle Davis, Kyle Hall, Mitzi Swift, and Mason Del Angel. I mean, credit goes to those guys that went against that massive line. They stayed low. They played quick. They didn't stay blocked. They got off their blocks and did some good things. So I thought we played really good team defense. We were able to contain the Dibble kid for the most part and able to put them into second and third and long situations.
Seemed like the only thing Friday night that was a little bit of a concern was special teams, some of the kickoff coverage, and then not that you had very many flags, but it just seemed like the penalties came at exactly the wrong times.
Boy, it sure did, and we had a couple personal fouls that that really hurt us at the times and really aided one of their drives. They had like a 20-yard run, and then we put another 15 yards on it because of a personal foul, which we can't do. And then, yeah, kickoff team-wise, we got to shore up some things there. Do a better job there so they don't get the field position that they want. But hopefully we can improve on that going into Lisle.
Well, and as you mentioned, Lyle's, and it's a long drive. It's a little bit different atmosphere because you're playing in a college stadium and seats are only on one side, and it's just kind of a difficult place to go and play, although very nice facilities. Yeah. Kind of a hard place to go play, and a difficult game, especially coming off those first 2 weeks in the Coal City game, to keep the kids up and ready to go.
It's always, yeah, you're exactly right, John. It's a concern of ours always coming off the Coal City week. We history-wise have not played well coming off that week, and so we've been trying to focus a little bit more in practice, but be crisper in what we're doing and keep things going, and hopefully we can take another step in improving. I mean, there's still a lot of things we can improve on, and but I think we showed the last 2 weeks that you might have to defend us a little differently than you have in the past with Mason and throwing the ball like he did to Alex, and we like to get Joe Mann the ball a little bit more. He's a nice receiver for us, and we think he can do some good things. And both Nick Hawkins and Nick McWilliams can catch. So maybe we could divvy up that a little bit more. But, again, we're going to run the ball and until you can stop it, we're going to keep running.
Well, and new coach up there, again, at Lisle seems like the theme this year is new coaches
really
everywhere.
Yeah.
A new coach at Lisle, have they changed up kind of what they're doing, or is it still kind of the same old, same old?
No, in the past they've been an option team. Like to run the dive option, but this year they're a little bit similar to us with their double wing, get a lot of guys to the ball. It'll be a fast game because they'll pass it some, but not a lot. We really have to be disciplined on defense because they do a good job of getting their backs out on routes, and we have to make sure that we're disciplined and we don't overplay and try to do somebody else's job is what I'm concerned about. So hopefully we can continue to do that and go from there.
Now we're 2 weeks into the season. What's kind of your overall opinion on where the I-8 is as a whole? I know we've seen play kind of outside of the conference, which is kind of interesting. I guess really you're not going to know a whole lot till we get through week 3.
Yeah, no, I think in the small division, us and Seneca right now are at the top, and you see what will happen there. I think the one thing I'm happy about is I think we play 2 quality opponents in Sandwich and Coal City, so I think we've been well tested. But they're 2-0. Herscher did get the win last week against Piatone, so now they're 1-1, and so I look for those teams to be at the top. And of course, Westmont with Otto, you never know what you're going to get. They can come out with a great night, like last year they almost beat Seneca, or it may not. But I tell you, I'm impressed with this Lisle team. So this could be I think they can beat some people down the line. I hope it's not us on Friday, but I'm looking forward to see how we react.
And then lastly, injuries tonight. Anything different that we know?
Austin Hedrick, he's twisted up his ankle, so it really hurts us return-wise, and then at our cornerback spot. So, hopefully we can get him back within the next couple of weeks. But beyond that, we're okay. We've had a lot of sickness at school this week, and so I'm concerned about who comes to school Friday and doesn't feel well. But if we can get through that, hopefully we can be at 100%.
All right, Coach. Again, good luck tonight. We'll talk to you in the postgame.
All right, I appreciate it, John.
Quigley Technologies is your local source for computer help. They have built numerous websites, including ours, here at the Christian Internet Sports Network. Quigley Technology Services also specializes in virus removal, so your computer will get back to full speed now. And you can trust them for first-class computer repair, including free local pickup and delivery, plus on-site service, including after hours. Contact Quigley Technology Services at 815-293-7844 or stop by at quigtech.com. That's QUIG tech.com.
Teresa's Styling Salon in Wilmington is a casual, family-friendly salon that caters to people of all ages. Teresa's provides everything from haircuts to perms to manicures, and they can highlight or color your hair for that special look. Teresa's is located in the Southgate Plaza on Water Street in Wilmington. Call today for an appointment at 815-476-1955. That's 815-476-1955.
This is Wilmington Wildcats Weekly, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company. A big thank you to Breezer for once again sponsoring the pregame show this year. Be sure to click on the sponsors link there on the page. You can find out more information not only about Breezer, but about all the rest of our sponsors here on the Christian Internet Sports Network as well. Without them, these broadcasts are impossible. So if you would please make sure that you tell them about your gratitude for them sponsoring football here on the Christian Internet Sports Network. So a couple of minutes away from opening kick here tonight. They just concluded the national anthem, and as the band leaves the field, both teams get set to run back out onto it. Could be an interesting night. The wind's still whipping around. In fact, the rain, we're under an awning, and the rain's still pushing back on top of us here. So it's going to be an interesting night, I do believe.
It looks like with the radar, it looks like that we're going to get out of that for a while, but we've got probably another 45 minutes or more of rain to fight here before we get out of it.
Well, both teams still waiting to take the field here under a minute before opening kickoff tonight. As a reminder, next week we'll be back at home. First home game of the small division conference schedule. Reed Custer will make the 5-mile or so trip over to Wilmington to take on the Wildcats. It's the Wildcats and Comets, and the Comets' brand new wishbone-style offense. I don't know if it's wishbone or not, but it's the triple option attack made popular by the service academies, Army and Navy and all that.
Yeah, they've had, I think, a couple of good opening games.
Yeah, they gave Coal City a little bit of trouble. The Coalers had some trouble stopping that attack. Now, Reed Custer's not a high-power offense by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah. They scored 6 points against Mantino and 13 against Coal City. But the positives for them are they've been in the first couple of games.
Yeah. Those are two good programs they were playing against, and both times they showed up well. So I'm really encouraged for Braidwood. I hope that they can really come out and have a good rest of the year. Oh. You actually do live in the Braidwood area too, so that's your...
Yeah, I do technically live in Braidwood, I guess.
You got a Wilmington address and a Braidwood school?
I'm in one of those weird situations where I live in Braidwood technically. I have a Wilmington address. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but...
it goes back to long history, but suffices to say that you're on the border. Well,
now the Cats take the field tonight. Wilmington in their white uniforms with purple numbers, letters, and trim. Lisle will be in their blue jerseys with white helmets and pants as we get set for kickoff here tonight. Wilmington will receive, returning the ball left to right in the rain tonight. The rain blowing right in the face of Nick Hawkins, along with Tyler Breimer, who are back deep for Wilmington. So ball will be teed up at the 40. As the Lions will get set to kick off right to left to get things started here tonight. Doing the kicking duties for Lisle is Mark McGrath, 5'11", 175-pound sophomore. So McGrath approaches, line drive kick over the head of Breimer. This is going to go into the end zone. So it'll come out to the 20, and that kick aided by a nice little breeze.
Yeah, we haven't seen very many kickoffs going to the other end zone this year. It's got a nice breeze behind it, though. Wind and rain and everything was pushing it.
So Wilmington will have it 1st and 10 from their own 20. On this side of the field, we have a pretty good angle. We're sitting right at the 25-yard line. It's when they get to the other side that's going to be a problem. So Mason Southall will help the Cats lead the attack tonight out of the double wing, working right into this rain that's blowing right to left. So it's McWilliams and Hawkins, the wingbacks, to get things started tonight. Southall under center, 1st and 10 from the 20. Handoff McWilliams left side across the 20 to the 25 and slips to the ground there. Bring up 2nd and 5 for Wilmington. Now, one of the positives tonight here at Benedictine is the fact that this field is a artificial surface. It is a turf field tonight. It's not a grass field, so you won't have to worry about a bunch of mud and slip into the ground too often, which is a bonus.
Yeah, that's a real plus tonight because the rain is still coming down.
2nd and 5 for Wilmington, again out of the double wing. Southall hands it Hawkins right side, bangs off one defender, has a 1st down out to the 32 before he's finally slung to the ground.
Good tough running by Hawkins. A couple hits and he broke a couple tackles.
Grant Hain, a 5'9", 165-pound sophomore, makes the tackle for Lisle, a gain of 6 yards and a Wilmington 1st down. The ball will be placed at the Wildcats' 31-yard line. Coming up on 11 minutes to go in the first. No score, just underway from Benedictine University here in Lisle. Back to the double wing for the Cats. Hawkins and McWilliams at wingbacks. That's Hawks at fullback. Handoff McWilliams left side. Nothing doing.
Oh,
Met
right smack.
Right at the line of scrimmage. In fact, might have lost a yard. Mark Pivick on the tackle for Lisle. It is a loss of a yard. It'll bring up 2nd down and 11 for Wilmington.
Well, he no more got the handoff there and right in the mark. Shoulder pad to shoulder pad stopped him dead in his tracks.
Well, we've seen this from Wilmington lately. The fact that it takes about a half a quarter or a quarter for this Wilmington offense to get fully in gear. And part of that is seeing the defensive tendencies of Lisle. They will put 6 down linemen, or essentially 6 down linemen. They run a 6-1 defensive set. Southall drops back, flushed out of the pocket, looking downfield, going to keep it himself. Now fires, incomplete.
Wow.
Had a wide open Nick Hawkins at the 45-yard line and just overshot him. I mean, there's nobody within 5-10 yards of Nick.
I think he could have run a country mile before anybody caught up with him.
Yep, probably could have done that too. 3rd down and 11 upcoming for the Cats from their own 30.
Would the students and fans please sit in their assigned area?
So 3rd down
and
11 upcoming for Wilmington.
Thank you.
We'll see what the Cats do here. Stuck in 3rd and long, which is something that Wilmington doesn't want to be stuck in.
No. I was thinking about what Coach Rentz said coming out after a Coal City game. We'll have to see how much intensity they have here now.
3rd and 11 out of the traditional double wing here. Handoff goes up the middle. I believe this is Hawks, the fullback. He'll pick up about 5, and that's it. So Lisle holds defensively as the Cats get 1 1st down and then kind of sputtered to a stop. Out to the 35 it went, a gain of 5 yards, and Wilmington will be forced to punt. No score here. 9:48 to go opening quarter from Benedictine.
I'll tell you what, if their hands feel like mine do holding this pin, they're going to have a hard time hanging on at football at times tonight.
It's cold, I'll tell you that much. So Derek Kirchner will get set to punt for Wilmington. 2 deep safeties for Lisle. Now they drop back 3. Kick from Kirchner goes sideways, bounces, and goes out of bounds at the Lisle 45. Well, all things considered, punting into the wind, not too terribly bad. About a 18-yard punt or so. Not a whole lot you can really do punting into the wind tonight, that's for sure.
Uh-oh.
Well, Lisle led by Alec Van Volkenberg, 5'9", 160-pound junior. He'll lead the attack for Lisle here tonight. Double wing for the Lions. That's McGrath and Metoyer, the wingbacks for the Lions. I think the fullback is Grant Hain, although I'm having a little bit of difficulty seeing it. Van Volkenberg under center. 1st and 10 for Lisle from their own 47-yard line. Wilmington stacking the box. Handoff comes near side and goes nowhere. Maybe a loss of a yard on the play for Nick Masura. That's my fault. I thought it looked like 12 Metoyer, but it's actually number 2 Masura. He loses a couple of yards. Loss of 2 to bring up 2nd down and 12 for Lisle. And you can tell Wilmington set for the run because they're bringing about 7 guys up on the line of scrimmage almost.
Yeah, they basically have nobody deep.
Boy, now
5 yards
five down
behind now.
linemen for the Cats, followed by 2 linebackers up in the gaps. Now handoff goes far side. Nothing doing. This is going to lose about 3 or 4 more yards. Mark McGrath trying to stretch it around the far side. McGrath loses at least 2 more. Derek Kirchner made the stop for Wilmington, and Lisle going backwards. 3rd down and 15 upcoming for the Lions on a loss of 3.
You can tell Wilmington's expecting to run, and yet, like you said, they're putting like 5 guys up there, and then the linebackers are right up beside it, and the defensive backfield are even taking farther out positions on the line, so they're stretching it out.
So 3rd down and 15 upcoming for Lisle from their own 43-yard line. 1 receiver to the far side, 1 to the near. Van Volkenberg hands it off. Gain of a couple, and that's it. Mercura tried to come off the left side, ran into a couple of Wildcats. Gain of 2 after Capwell makes the stop for Wilmington. Will bring up 4th down, close to 13 for Lisle.
Good defensive show that time by Wilmington. Both defenses have held the first time, so we'll see what Wilmington do the second time around.
Alex Lomi back deep for the Cats. That's different. I don't remember Lomi returning punts, but timeout to Lisle. First timeout of the night. 7 to go in our opening quarter. No score between Lisle and Wilmington. We'll take a break. Back with more Cats football in a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Phelan Acres Bible Church is the perfect place if you are looking for a church to call home. They have services every week, including Sunday school at 9:45, morning worship at 11, and Wednesday night prayer meetings at 7. Phelan Acres Bible Church is located at 26009 Willow Lane in Wilmington, Illinois. And for more information, call 815-476-7818. That's 815-476-7818.
4th down and 13 for Lisle. So a punt upcoming here. The kick by McGrath is a line drive. Bounces at the 24, kick sideways, and is going to roll all the way down to the Wilmington 12-yard line as Lomi let it go. And once again, not so great a field position for the Wildcats here to start drive number 2. Of course, tonight you're just trying to survive going into the win and try to get the ball back, going in the opposite direction. So,
yeah, that's what Wilmington wants to do. Make it through this part of it, and they'll be ready to roll when it changes direction. But if they can get that running game, they'll take it right now. I'd like to see them get a sustained drive and use up some of that clock. Get their feet right, good down, planted on good old solid earth.
So 1st and 10 for the Cats from their own 12-yard line. Wilmington got a 1st down on their first drive of the game. Now they go full house backfield. Well, this is a new look.
Look at that, yeah.
Wilmington goes 3 backs across, full house, handoff, drop by Southall all the way back to the 5-yard line, and that's not really a way to start the drive. Loss of 7 yards will bring up 2nd down and 12 for Wilmington. Well, the Cats go from bad to worse as far as field position goes here.
I feel bad in 2 reasons. He dropped the ball. Number 1, he dropped the ball. I wish him to kill the play. But number 2, I want to see what they were going to do.
Well, they went full house, which is actually a pretty good idea. The problem was they did not run it cleanly. So 2nd and 17 for Wilmington. Now back to the double wing. Lisle with almost 7 linemen. Dropping back is Southall. Flag down. That's not good. Southall rolls right side, gets across the 5 to the 10, gets pushed out of bounds there by Mark Pivick, but this isn't going to matter because I'm pretty sure this penalty's on Wilmington. So this is going to make it either 3rd and long for the Cats or back them up half the distance. I'm pretty sure for Lisle you want to decline this, don't you? A gain of 6 yards on the run by Southall.
Yeah, you want to deny it, right?
It'll bring up 3rd down and what will be 11 for Wilmington from their own 11-yard line.
Why is that marker back there on the 5-yard line?
I don't know. They haven't moved anything up yet.
Now he's moving it.
So they move it up to
what's
the
going on?
11. It'll bring up 3rd down and 11 for the Cats from their own 11-yard line. Well, again, Wilmington in 3rd and long.
Not what they want, that's for sure. 3rd and long. You don't want to get forced in that passing right in front of your own goal line.
Well, 2 receivers to the near side, 1 wing back for the Cats and 1 fullback as well. Southall under center, 3rd down and 11. Mason drops back to pass. Screen pass far side, caught across the 10 to the 15 goes Zalomi. Almost stepped out of a tackle, gets out near the 17-yard line, but that's it. A gain of 6 yards on the pass from Southall to Zalomi, and now Wilmington's going to give Lisle great field position again.
Boy, you don't want to keep doing this.
4th and a long 5 for Wilmington here. Cats will get set to punt it away. Kirchner back at his own 5. And the other thing this does is no room for error. If you snap it over his head or anything here, it could be a problem. Good snap. Kirchner almost dropped it, though. Kick to the far side. Caught at the 40, down to the 30, to the 25, and finally chipped up at the 24-yard line. Goes the Lisle return man. I think that was Mark McGrath on the far side. And look at this field position. It'll be 1st and 10 for Lisle from the Wilmington 25-yard line. Good grief. Well, again, when you're going into the wind tonight, it's going to be a major problem.
Yes, it is. And I like the way the return man that time, he waited back for the ball. When he got almost down, he met it at a full gallop ahead and caught the ball in a dead run.
All right.
Boy, he had 10 yards before he could stop him.
1 receiver to either side, 1 wing back and a fullback. Under center, Van Volkenberg. 1st and 10 from the 25. Fires a pass incomplete off the hands of his intended receiver. That's Christian Grego at the 21-yard line. Had him open.
Peter just hit him.
Just missed him.
I like the call. It was a little pass out in the flats, a quick hitter. And Wilmington didn't have a chance to respond. It was a safe pass to throw. Just wasn't on target.
2nd and 10 for Lisle from the Wilmington 25-yard line. As the Lions will again send 1 receiver to the far side, 1 to the near, out of the double wing still. Van Volkenberg under center. 1 back in motion. Handoff goes to the 2nd man through. This is McGrath. Gets down to the 20-yard line on a gain of 5. Nice little misdirection for Lisle. That's what Coal City got Wilmington on last week, was the misdirection.
Scored a touchdown off of that.
2nd man through last week was Chaya, scoring the only touchdown for the Kohlers. And now 3rd and 5 for Lisle from the Wilmington 20. This, of course, is 2-down territory. 3rd and 5 from the Cats 20. 1 receiver to either side, double wing. Dropping back, Van Volkenberg fires a pass, caught down to the Wilmington 12. A gain of 8 yards as Charlie Jansen on the reception, 6'1", 165-pound senior. As Hawks finally made the stop. 1st and 10 for Lisle from the Wilmington 12.
Again, a quick pass. Something that's hard to defend against. Pretty safe to throw. Got that 8 yards.
Well, if you're Wilmington, you're going to have to come up on coverage because
you're going to have to if you keep
I don't think
that.
There's any way these guys are going to throw too many deep balls, but I could be wrong. Handoff again. 2nd man through on the misdirection. This goes nowhere to Masura. In fact, he might have lost a yard. Good job by Wilmington defensively staying home. Might be no gain. Bring up 2nd down and 10 for Lisle as Kyle Davis credited with the stop for Wilmington.
Good penetration that time by the Wilmington line. The defense got in there as soon as he had the ball, and he was tackled.
Coming up on 4 minutes to go in the first quarter, no score, but Lisle returning a punt to the Wilmington 25 is knocking on the door. 2nd and 10 from the Wilmington 12. Pitch goes far side. McGrath trying to get the corner. He might have it. McGrath to the 10, down to the 8 before, I believe that's Zalomi who tracked him down, but a good run for Mark McGrath. A gain of 5 will bring up 3rd and 5 for Lisle. That's Hawkins who actually makes the stop for Wilmington.
Well, that containment over there wasn't over there again for Wilmington on that left part of the line out there. That scares me when I see that. That's one place Wilmington has a weakness against the run.
Well, Lisle knocking on the door. 3rd and 5 from the Wilmington 8. I'll make it just inside the 7. 3rd and 5 from the Wilmington 7. Double wing for Lisle here. One back in motion. Van Volkenberg drops back. Almost sacked. Manages to get the pass off on a little screen pass, but Masura drops it at the 11. Boy, pressure all over the place from Wilmington. Hawks coming through. I believe that might have been Kyle Davis with the pressure as well. And credit Van Volkenberg. He almost made a real nice play there.
He sure did. I didn't think he had a chance getting it off, but he kept his wits about him, got the ball to his receiver, but he got there so quickly the receiver didn't have a chance to catch it.
All right, 4th and 5 from the 7. Lisle, they going to try a field goal here? That's what they're going to do. Set up at the 13. This will be a 23-yard field goal for Mark McGrath and the Lisle Lions to try to go up on top here early. Kick is a line drive. It is good. Just inside the left upright. And Lisle leads it 3-0 over Wilmington. 2:57 to go in the opening quarter. Take a break. Back with more Cats football in a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
If you're looking for more information on Wilmington Wildcats football, then check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Each week, Coach Reentz goes over game film, takes questions from the audience, and presents the Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week awards. Plus, you'll get to hang out with other Wildcat fans and get the inside scoop on next week's game. So be sure to check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. If you need something done around your house, chances are Beth's Busy Bees can get it done. They specialize in residential and commercial cleaning, but they can also do lawn care, small home remodeling and repair jobs, and even things like caregiving. Beth's Busy Bees is a small family-owned business, and they will treat you right every time. Call 815-685-9111 for Beth's Busy Bees today.
So Lisle will tee it up from the 40-yard line, kicking off right to left here. McGrath will do the kicking duties once again for Lisle, and taking advantage of the wind here in the first quarter as Wilmington has had terrible field position and Lisle has had great field position.
And they've cashed in on 3 points, and Wilmington very, very fortunate to get off with only 3 points scored.
Line drive kicks.
Nice
Hawks
catch.
snags it out of the air at the 20, 25, and gets stacked up near the 28-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 27. That's where Wilmington will start 1st and 10. Well, let's look at where Wilmington has started offensively tonight. They've started the first drive of the game at the 20, managed to get 1 first down. The punt subsequently went out at the Lisle 47. So Lisle started their first drive from the 47, nothing doing there, punted it back. Wilmington ended up starting from, I believe it was their 12-yard line. Ended up punting the ball to Lisle, who got it at the 25 of Wilmington and managed to put a field goal on the board. Full house backfield for the Cats, 1st and 10 from their own 27. Handoff goes left side, nowhere. I mean, absolutely nowhere.
Wow.
Mark Pivick on the stop. Nick McWilliams got the handoff with the left side and got blown up. So it means 2nd down and 12 for the Cats.
I mean, he didn't even hardly get the ball handed to him until he was hammered. And Wilmington line is not controlling the line of scrimmage right now.
So McWilliams was the 3rd back. He was on the right side. Hawks checks out as the Cats will go back to double wing here. Mason now out of the shotgun. No double wing. 2 receivers to the near side. Far side, McWilliams is the wing back. Southall out of the gun. Handoff goes to Hawkins. Left side makes a move across the 15 to the 20. There's another flag, and Wilmington continues
to shoot themselves in the foot.
To just go backwards. It was a nice gain, a gain of about 7, but it's not going to matter. Holding on Wilmington, so we'll back it up again.
Is that their first penalty?
Well, it was the first one that was accepted. They had a penalty down at the 5 when they were at their own 5-yard line that Lisle declined because it really wouldn't have done them any good. Well, this just goes from bad to worse for Wilmington. It's now 2nd down and 22. The ball all the way back at the Cats' 15-yard line.
And that stopped the clock, too, so the clock is not running. And now it goes, 57.
3-0 Lisle. 2 minutes to go here in our opening quarter. In a game that Wilmington has come out of the gates and been stuck in the mud, figuratively. It is a turf field tonight, so double handoff. McWilliams far side across the 15, out to the 20. That's it. Boy, good pursuit by Lisle defensively. Grant Hain on the stop. A gain of 6 yards. It'll bring up 3rd down and almost 16 for Wilmington. It is 3rd and 16.
Again, 3rd and long. They've had 3rd and long all night long.
Well, you just want to get some yards here to switch field position a little bit. 2 receivers to the near side. 1 wing back, 1 fullback. Southall under center, drops back, swing pass near side, caught by Joe Mann. Slips a tackle at 25 to the 30. That's it, but at least the Cats get 9 yards back on the reception by Joe Mann. Maybe that'll help swing field position a little bit. It'll bring up 4th down and 7 for Wilmington from their own 30.
Boy, the rain is not as severe now. It's let up a little bit.
So timeout Lisle to force Wilmington to punt into the wind once again. That's the 2nd timeout of the half for the Lions. 3-0. Lisle, 45 seconds to go in the first. Take a break. Back with more Cats football in just a moment.
Warren's Collision Center is your hometown body shop specializing in top-of-the-line customer service. Warren's accepts all insurance companies, and they offer free estimates, certified technicians, and a lifetime written warranty. Plus, Warren's will set you up with a rental car while your vehicle is in the shop. So the next time you need work done on your vehicle, call my good friend Warren at 815-458-3300 or stop by Warren's Collision Center at 242 North Front Street in Braidwood. You can also check them out online at warrenscollision.com. Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair.
45 seconds to go in our opening quarter. Lisle leads it 3-0, and quite honestly, Lisle has dominated this first quarter.
Yes, they have.
Now, part of that is aided by the wind, and they know it. That's why they've used 2 timeouts to get the football back here in the first quarter.
Because you can't threaten with that downfield pass to Zalone because the wind is blowing so much in their face.
Twin safety back deep for Lisle. Snap back to Kirchner for Wilmington. Much better kick this time. All the way back to the Lisle 35, and the return will go right there. I believe that was McGrath. He backed up to the 32 after catching the ball and then got back to the 35. Maybe that helps Wilmington's defense here. At least the field position has flipped a little bit. 1st and 10 for Lisle from their own 35-yard line.
Ooh, let me see.
At their own 35-yard line.
Well, so far tonight, Lisle's managed to run the ball a little bit. They've managed to
not much,
throw it a little bit.
Just enough to get the job done.
Right, yeah. I mean, they haven't gone for, 150 yards or something in the first quarter. There's trips receivers to both sides.
But they haven't needed to.
And timeout to Wilmington. So Lisle comes out in a ridiculous formation. Trips receivers to the far side and trips to the near side. And shotgun formation. And Mason Southall said, nope, not doing this. And used the timeout. So 36 seconds to go in the first. 3-0 is the lead for Lisle.
Boy, you're talking about a coaching turn right there. That threw something in your face you weren't expecting at all.
Lisle will have it 1st and 10 from the 35. I can't really imagine they're actually going to run a play out of that set, but if it is, it's going to be a dive up the middle because I really can't see them doing a whole lot with trips receivers to either side, especially as far split out as they are. But who knows? Maybe there's something there that
they're going to crisscross them 5 yards down the field, crisscross all three.
Well, I mean, if you go trips to both sides and you alternate which side you throw a wide receiver screen to, I mean, I guess you could do something like that.
You could. That's
I really think it'll be a fullback dive is what it'll end up being. But in any case, Lisle is not going to run a play out of that formation. Nope. They go double wing once again, 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Pitch comes near side. This is I believe Missouri, and a big gain all the way out to the 45-yard line, a gain of close to 10.
That's the best run of the night so far.
And it is a first down, a gain of 10 for Lisle.
Yeah, that's by far the best run of the night on either side.
That's enough for a Lisle first down.
I'm going to tell you,
Wilmington did have one run of 6 yards.
Lisle's come to play. Here's your trips receivers formation. 2 trips to the far side, trips to the near, out of the gun, Van Valkenburg, and he's going to be sacked. That's how well that works. And that would be not at all. A loss of like 3 yards on the play to bring up second down and 13. That's the problem, is when you go trips receivers and you only leave a very minimal line in there, all Wilmington's got to do is overload the offensive line, and that play is blown up in a hurry. So end of the quarter, 3-0 the lead for Lisle. Take a break. Come back with your second quarter in just a moment. You're listening to Cats Football on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Breezer Construction Company is a proud supporter of Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network. For over 30 years, Breezer Construction Company has led the way in providing quality construction to the industrial, utility, and pipeline industries. For more information on Breezer Construction Company, go to breezerconstruction.com. That's breezerconstruction.com, or call 815-521-0900.
3-0 the lead for Lisle here at the end of our first quarter of play. They'll switch sides, and now Lisle will have the privilege of going into the win. By the way, first scoring update of the night, Coal City a 7-0 lead on Piatone. So
into the first quarter, I think.
The Kohlers up by a touchdown. Again, that shouldn't be a real high-scoring game either. Coal City's not a high-powered offensive attack by any means.
Yeah, I'd say like 21-7 or something like that.
2nd and 13. Pitch goes right side. That goes nowhere. In fact, loses about 3 more yards. Wilmington really after it defensively. Mark McGrath on the carry. Dropped on the play by Kyle Hull. Kyle Hull, a 5'11", 200-pound senior, making that stop. It'll bring up 3rd down and just about 16. So a loss of 3 more. On the run by McGrath.
Last couple of plays, it seemed like that 10-yard run kind of woke Wilmington up, and they're playing a little tougher defense right now, and they need to.
3rd and 16, back to the Lisle 39. 1 receiver to the far side, 1 to the near. Double wing formation again for Lisle. Van Valkenburg under center. Handoff, little misdirection. Masura almost broke it. Gets out to the 45-yard line. Nick Hawkins made the tackle. Gain of... about 6. It'll bring up 4th and 10 for Lisle.
Sir done a good job of running tonight.
So
he's got a lot of strength. He runs hard, runs with his head ahead of him, leaning forward.
So Lomi back deep along with Breimer. And the kick here, a low line drive as Lomi takes it on the run at the 25, out to the 30, and that's it.
Alex Lomi with the return.
So Wilmington will start at their own 30, 1st and 10. 10:36 to go in the half, and a 3-0 lead for Lisle.
Now that's the best field position that Wilmington has had all night long. The 30-yard line. They've had the ball 4 times.
Well, you notice when Lisle went to kick that football, look at those flags.
Yeah, it's quiet.
Nothing. Not a hint of a breeze when they went to kick the football.
Yeah, the wind has died down a lot. Almost non-existent right now.
1st and 10 for Wilmington from their own 30. 10:36 to go in our opening half. The Lisle Lions with a 3-0 lead, taking advantage of a wind-assisted first quarter. And here we go. Powerhouse formation again. This is Hawkins. I believe is that Hawks in the middle and McWilliams on the far side. Handoff goes McWilliams left side across the 30 out to the 33 or so. Not much on 1st down. Bring up 2nd down and 7. Let's give Lisle's defensive line a ton of credit.
Boy,
those 6 guys up front for the Lions have given Wilmington all they can handle in this first half. 2nd and 7 for the Cats from their own 33.
Now, Wilmington has not been able to move them out of the way, open those holes up.
Lisle with what almost, now they only go 4 down linemen, 2 receivers to the near side for Wilmington. Swing pass caught by Salome to the 40, slips a tackle to the 45, out to midfield in the Lisle territory. The ball comes loose, but after Alex is already down at the Lisle 48-yard line. A gain of 19 yards on the pass play from Southall to Salome. Masura finally made the stop for Lisle. Wilmington will have it 1st and 10 from the Lisle 48. And now that the Cats have the wind at their back, they can do a little more passing.
Well, when you see Salome out here by himself, one-on-one with a guy, that's to Wilmington's advantage because there's nobody out here who can hardly tackle him one-on-one.
No, he's twice as big as anybody else as far as defensive backs for Lisle. 2 receivers to the far side under center. Southall drops back to pass. Pump fakes and will get sacked all the way back at the 45. You cannot do that.
No, you can't.
Mason pump faked and then sat back in the pocket and tried to scramble to the far side and just took way too long for that play to develop. A loss of close to 7 yards and timeout to Wilmington. And I believe Barry Southall is none too pleased with that whole development. 9:36 to go in the half. 3-0 is the lead for Lisle. We'll take a break. Back with more Cats football in just a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria in downtown Coal City is an authentic Italian restaurant that's all about sharing great food in a relaxing atmosphere. Ricchetti's has delicious paninis, sandwiches, calzones, salad, pasta, and of course their incredible pizza. Plus, you can check out a game on one of their many TVs, and they have Wi-Fi too. Stop by Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria today at 375 South Broadway in Coal City.
9:36 to go in the half, and Wilmington again shoots themselves in the foot. It was penalties. A drop snap earlier that backed Wilmington up. This time it's a sack after Southall didn't pull the trigger and then tried to scramble to the far side. And now Wilmington stuck at 2nd down and 16 all the way back to their own 46. Pitch goes right side. Hawkins, there's 2 more flags down. Hawkins breaks it, but it's not going to matter. He might go for 6 down to the 20. He does, but it's not going to matter. There are flags all over the place.
Flags on the field.
More penalties for Wilmington, an illegal shift.
Oh, my.
On the Cats.
Totally unnecessary penalty.
So a penalty that has absolutely nothing to do with the play, but still a penalty nonetheless, and the illegal shift will cost Wilmington a 54-yard touchdown run by Hawkins. The reason we didn't get too excited about that is because we saw flags everywhere.
Yeah. You're right.
So this will back up to the Wilmington, 41-yard line now. It'll bring 2nd down and, good grief, 21 yards.
Penalty was illegal motion against Wilmington.
Well, that happens to Wilmington a lot. With that.
I mean, a lot of what's happened to Wilmington in the first half has been their own doing. I mean, you talk about self-destructing. Double wing for the Cats here. 2nd down and 21 from their own 41-yard line. Pitch back to Hawkins again. And this time, not nearly as long on the run. Gets out to the 44-yard line or so, a gain of 3. That'll bring up 3rd down and 18. Andy Frank makes the stop for Lisle.
Boy, that was a huge, huge penalty. Wow. There's a 54-yard touchdown run to back you up 5 more yards.
Wilmington with the win at their back, and they've really not. I mean, they've started to move the ball, but then they shot themselves in the foot again. So 3rd down and 18 upcoming here for the Cats. Ball at their own 44. Double handoff and out across midfield down to the 47-yard line of Lisle goes Nick McWilliams. A gain of 8 yards from McWilliams. Make it 9. It'll bring up 4th down and 9 for Wilmington from the Lisle 47-yard line. 8:15 to go in the half. 3-0 Lisle. Now, Wilmington shot themselves in the foot, but let's give Lisle some credit, too. The defense has made some nice stops.
Yeah, they've made some nice stops. Wilmington is starting to move the ball now. They got to quit making the mistakes.
So the Cats getting sent to punt here.
Kirchner in punt formation.
Kirchner will get the kickoff. Beautiful kick here. All the way back inside the 5 and into the end zone. Well, if you're Wilmington, you'll take it. Flip field position a little bit more as Lisle will have it 1st and 10 from their 20. Make sure to stick around for the Warren's Collision Center halftime show. Big thank you to Warren and everybody out there in Braidwood for sponsoring our halftime show this year. Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair. We'll have some scores from around the area for you at the half, as well as your first half stats. And good grief. Let's hope the second half's a little bit different than the first. Right now it's 3-0 Lisle, 7:45 to go in the first half, and you don't really get the feeling like Wilmington's necessarily in danger of losing this game, but it keeps going like this, you're going to get that feeling before too long. Handoff goes up the middle, and that goes nowhere to the fullback, Grant Hain. That's stacked up right at the line of scrimmage at the 20.
Well, they're going to give him to the 20. I'm not sure the ball ever got that far.
Kyle Davis will officially get credit for the stop. Bring up 2nd and 10 for Lisle from their own 20. If you're the Wildcats here, you need to force Lisle to go 3 and out and flip that field position back in the favor of Wilmington.
They tried a quick hitter up the middle that time, and Wilmington was ready for it.
Definitely need to take advantage of the wind when you can get it tonight. One receiver to either side, double wing for Lisle. Boy, and there was a good grief. The receiver on the near side took off about 2 seconds before the ball was snapped, I think. But no call. Van Volkenberg completes it out to the near side for Christian Grego as he'll pick up a good 7 yards. It'll bring up 3rd down and 3 as Gavin Hawks on the stop. I mean, the receiver was a good 2 steps down the field before they even snapped the ball. Not only that, but the fullback, Grant Hain, almost came completely out of his stance and went back into it.
Yeah, no flags, though. All right, Wilmington needs to stop right here.
So 2 receivers to the far side. Double wing for Lisle here. 3rd and 3 from the 27 of the Lions. Handoff goes to Masura. He's not going to get there. Boy, good pursuit by Wilmington. At least I don't think he got there. It all depends on the spot of the football. Looks like Joe Mann stopped him. They're going to mark it at the 29, a yard shorter, bring up 4th down and a yard. Boy, if you're Lisle, you're not this crazy, are you? I don't know. Maybe they are. Unless they're just going to run clock down and, well, I don't know. I guess you just throw it all into one basket here. 4th down and a yard for Lisle, going, all right, here it is, boys. See if we can keep hold of the football, I guess. I don't know.
They think they can make it.
4th down and a yard. Be careful if you're Wilmington, them trying to draw you off sides. And there you go. Good grief. The one thing that you couldn't do if you're Wilmington, and they draw you off sides.
That was silly.
Boy, you could tell from here what they were doing. They ran the clock all the way down to about nothing.
Yeah,
there's no way they're going to snap the football.
Just let him do whatever he wants to. Don't pay attention to him.
Out to the 34-yard line it goes, and half the Wilmington defense jumped. That'll be 1st and 10 for Lisle from their own 34. Boy, that was textbook if you're Lisle.
That was no textbook if you're Wilmington.
Boy, it's just not been a very good half. Handoff goes to Masura. He gets lit up by Kirchner and Joe Mann. Lost a yard on that play. So bring up 2nd down and 11. Boy, hopefully tonight, once Wilmington goes to the locker room and regroups here a little bit, hopefully we see a different team in the second half, because this is just, boy, been kind of all over the place. Not that they're not giving effort. They are.
No, they're giving effort. They're just making too many mistakes.
1 receiver to either side. Under center now, Van Volkenberg drops back, fires a pass in and out of the hands of the intended receiver at the 38-yard line.
That was a nice pass, and that should have been completed. He just dropped it.
Pass was intended for Charlie Jansen. Gavin Hawks was there to break it up. It'll bring up 3rd down and 11 for Lisle from their own 33.
They're using up enough clock. They're going to have a hard time winning and getting any points before the halftime if they can stop them.
3rd and 11 for Lisle from their own 33. One receiver to the near side, back to the double wing for the Lions. One back in motion. Van Volkenburg drops back. Screen pass, almost intercepted. Is it? Did he intercept it? He did. Intercepted on the play.
Nice job
by Wilmington's Kyle Davis. Kyle Davis, the 5'11", 208-pound senior with the interception. Maybe that will get things going for Wilmington. Boy, I'll tell you what, he doesn't intercept that pass, and that could have been some trouble.
Good thing he got his hand up there, you're right.
Van Volkenburg didn't go over the top of Davis. He tried to go right beside him, and Kyle did a nice job of picking it off. Now let's see what Wilmington does. 1st and 10 from the Lisle 30. Pitch comes near side. This is McWilliams inside the 30 to the 25. Gets stacked up right there. Bring up 2nd and 5 for Wilmington. But you almost feel like at this point, if they could get 4 or 5 yards without a penalty or without something crazy happening, you feel like it's a victory.
I know it.
It's just been a weird night.
That's why I say about coming up here. The weirdest things happen.
Yeah, it's always bizarre in this trip, that's for sure. 2nd and 5 for the Cats from the 25-yard line. Let's see if Wilmington can finally get this thing rolling a little bit. Double wing for the Cats. In motion, Hawkins gets the pitch inside the 25, down to the 20, still churning, down to the 19-yard line. A gain of 6 and a Wilmington first down.
The last 2 times Wilmington has had the ball, they've been able to move it. Now if they can keep from making mistakes. No penalties.
Grant Hain on the tackle for Lisle. 1st and 10 for Wilmington from the 19 of Lisle. Boy, you've got to have a touchdown if you're Wilmington here.
Here comes that rain again.
1st and 10 for Lisle, or for Wilmington, from the Lisle 19. Pitch back to Hawkins to the 15. Slips and falls around the 14-yard line, but still a nice gain on first down, a gain of 5. Masura makes the stop for Lisle. It'll bring up 2nd down and 5 for Wilmington. From the 14 of Lisle, down to 3:08 to go in the half, 3-0 Lisle. The Lions lead it 3-0.
Boy, that wind has started back up again, and the rain has started up again, and just in time to get into this quarter. It's even blowing in on us now.
Double wing for the Cats. Under center, Southall. 2nd and 5 from the 9. Pitch back. Hawkins drops it, and I think Lisle might have it. They say it was down.
As I said, no mistakes.
Good grief. What else could possibly happen tonight? It's Lisle football.
Fumbled away.
My goodness. Well, Wilmington turns the football over on the drive. Got all the way down to the 14 of Lisle and nothing to show for it. Boy, this has just been, I can't imagine what else could possibly happen in this first half. The Wildcats have just consistently shot themselves in the foot. Man, they now got into the red zone, fumbled the football. They had a drop snap earlier that when they're at their own 12 that backed them up to the 5-yard line. They've had a penalty that called back a 54-yard touchdown run. Now Lisle 1st and 10 from the 20. Handoff Masura, a little bit of a hole out to the 24-yard line. I believe Southall finally on the stop, but it'll bring up 2nd down and 6 for Lisle.
Boy, absolutely everything is going the Lions' way tonight.
Well, they didn't even force that turnover.
No.
Just the pitch went a little errant. Hawkins couldn't handle it and couldn't get back on top of the football. And boy, it's just one thing after another. It just keeps piling up on the Wildcats in this first half. Just when it seemed like they had momentum, all of a sudden nothing. And with 2 minutes to go in the half, Lisle leads it 3-0. I mean, we knew this to be a low-scoring game, but wow, one receiver to the near side. 2nd and 6 for Lisle from the 24. Handoff Masura on that second back through again, and nothing there. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 3rd and 6. And Wilmington has 1 timeout left. So if Lisle doesn't pick up a first down here, the Cats could conceivably use a timeout. and still have about a minute on the clock.
Oh, that wind is blowing that rain right on top of us now.
Again, you have the feeling like Wilmington's going to win this game at some point, but just every time they start moving forward, they take a few steps back.
Yes.
3rd and 6 for Lisle from their own 24. Pitch comes near side, and that's a gain of a yard, nowhere near a first down, and Wilmington will use a timeout as the pitch went to McGrath. He gains a yard. That's it. Derek Kirchner on the stop, and it'll be 4th and 5 for Lisle from their own 25-yard line. And once again, Wilmington has had a couple of opportunities here. They've also shot themselves in the foot numerous times. And you can only hope that when Wilmington gets into the locker room here at halftime, things just flip around or something. I don't know.
Well, the one difference in the second quarter, and especially the last half, 2/3 of the second quarter, is that Wilmington has been able to move the football. Lisle has not. So that's good. But now they're making mistakes that's just costing them dearly. Speaking of the Wildcats, they're keeping the Lions ahead.
Well, there is 1 minute straight up to go in the half, and it's 3-0 Lisle. Now, it has been a miserable night weather-wise.
Oh, it has been that.
It's been raining the entire time. The rain is blowing right to left. It's just been rough. Now, McGrath is going to have to punt into the breeze, and there's actually a pretty good breeze now. So we'll see if Wilmington can get some field position out of this. McGrath will punt it from about his own 11-yard line. Alex Zlomi back at his own 42-yard line. Snap back to McGrath. Kick here is a line drive. Actually, a pretty good kick under the circumstances. Zlomi at the 46, out to midfield and down to the Lisle 47-yard line. With 50 seconds to go in the half.
Alex Lang on the tackle.
So no timeouts for Wilmington. They're at the 47 of Lisle, trailing at 3-0. And now you don't talk about field goals very often, but you figure if Wilmington can get it down to about the 20-yard line or so, they could have a realistic shot with the win tonight.
Well, let's see what they pull out of the hat this time.
At any case, 2 receivers to the far side, 1st and 10 for Wilmington. Southall fires far side, man caught at the 40, slips a tackle, 35, 30, 25, all the way down to near the 20-yard line. A gain of 25 yards on the little basic screen pass to Joe Mann. It's almost like a wide receiver screen to the far side. A gain of 25, but Wilmington first down to the Lisle 22-yard line. Still plenty of time for Wilmington, although they have no timeouts remaining. 2 receivers to the near side. 1 wing back, 1 fullback. Southall under center. And we've got a penalty flag down. I think Alex Zlomi lined up offsides. Certainly looked like Zlomi was a half-yard offsides.
It is.
He is.
I don't believe this. They just keep doing it.
Well, I'm not sure if it was Zlomi or not, but it looked like he was lined up. Now, he's right next to the official, and usually you ask. So it's kind of, it might not have been him either. He's the one on the near side. It could have been anybody. But
all I was saying is it was offside. I don't know who it was.
I'm not trying to call Alex out on something without knowing for sure, but he just happened to be the one over here. It looked like he was borderline. Now he does back up a little bit. So we'll see. 1st and 15 from the Lisle 27. Pass caught by Zlomi. Picks up 5, breaks the tackle, gets down to the 20. Clock will continue to run. Down to 32 seconds to go. 28, 27. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8. So a gain of 7 yards on the pass play. And Wilmington will clock it with 18 seconds to go in the half.
Those are some very good calls by Coach Rentz, putting those passes out in the flats in this kind of weather. And put it in the hands of Zlomi, give him a chance to make something out of it. Well, and it's worked.
Yeah, Barry Southall and Coach Reentz have worked together for a long time, and well, when Barry knows tonight this is the kind of weather where, good grief, I don't know what you do passing-wise. Southall jots back the pass. This needs to be into the end zone more than likely. Southall rolls far side, trying to keep it himself, and he's going to get out of bounds around the 15 with 10 seconds to go in the half. Now down to the 14-yard line, a gain of 8 yards on the run for Southall, and Wilmington, I guess at this point, just going to try to tie it with.
Which is nice, but that's ate up too much of the clock.
I mean, you go for a field goal here? I mean, it's 4th down. Wouldn't you try to?
10.6 seconds left.
So 4th and 2. Apparently they're going to go for it.
They are going to go for it.
So 4th and 2 from the Lisle 14. Pitch back to Hawkins. He's going to get the first down to the 5, down to the 1. Did he get in? They say he did. I'm not really sure he did, but Hawkins gets all the way into the end zone for a 14-yard touchdown run. Well, I thought for sure he was down at the 2-yard line or the 1, but Hawkins gets all the way into the end zone with 3 seconds to go in the half. Field goal, who needs that? We'll just go for it all.
I'm interested to find out what the coach says about that when he comes up after the game.
So Hawkins gets the pitch. He gets into the end zone. That's going to be debated a little bit whether or not he actually got in, but they gave him credit for it.
And once he fumbled the ball, but once he crossed the goal line, it makes no difference.
So the Cats get a touchdown run of 14 yards from Nick Hawkins, and here's the extra point. Casillas, that was partially deflected, but I think it's still going to go through, and it does. The extra point is good by Jacob Casillas. And with 3 seconds to go in the half, Wilmington leads at 7-3, despite what has been essentially a disaster of a first half. Wilmington leads at 7-3.
Boy.
Well, be sure to stick around for our Warren's Collision Center halftime show. We'll have you some stats from tonight's game, also some scores from around the area. We'll get you set for the second half as well. Boy, the rain's starting to blow in on us now. Might have to get out something and put it over all this stuff.
Yeah, we might have to. It's blowing right in on us.
It's getting increasingly miserable here.
Might have to move back or over here.
Boy, I was thinking, okay, 4th and 2, they go for it. Not only go for it, but they run it to try to get the first down. And then somehow Hawkins breaks a couple of tackles. Looks like he might have been down short of the goal line, but manages to reach across and get at least the near side official's opinion that he was into the end zone. And that's all Wilmington needed. They had no timeouts left, so even if he picks up the first down, you'd have some difficulty getting everybody lined back up. But so Jacob Casillas to kick it off from the 40-yard line, going right to left here. 3 seconds to go in the half. And see what Wilmington does here on the kickoff. Casillas with the approach. Squib kick up the middle, bounces down and down at the 29-yard line.
1.9
on the
seconds.
slide by Andy Frank. So a couple of seconds left in the half, and then we'll get to our Warren's Collision Center halftime show. Well, despite all the mistakes by Wilmington in the first half, they still lead at 7-3. We had a penalty that called back a 54-yard touchdown run. We had the Cats kind of fumbling the ball a couple of times to spoil 2 drives. One was the Hawkins fumble that gave Lisle the ball around their own 20-yard line. The other was Southall not handling a snap and backed Wilmington up to their own 5 on another drive. We've had a few penalties all over the place. Van Valkenburg will just take a knee, and that'll do it for the half. Well, it was interesting. It was sloppy at times. It wasn't particularly pretty. It's cold, windy, and rainy. And through all of that, Wilmington somehow has a 7-3 lead at the half. Well, we'll take a break. Welcome into the Warren's Collision Center halftime show. Over at Warren's Collision Center, they care beyond the repair. Back in just a moment with their first half totals. You're listening to Cats Football here on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
ACN representative Pete Treby has a very simple way for you to save money on your monthly bills. All you have to do is go to Pete's website and fill out the free analysis form.
Then Pete will show you a detailed way to save money on everything: wireless, satellite TV, high-speed internet, local and long distance, computer support, and coming soon, save money on energy. Go to the sponsors page on this website, click on ACN Representative Pete Treby's link, fill out the free analysis form, and start saving money today. Quigley Technology Services is your local source for computer help. They have built numerous websites, including ours here at the Christian Internet Sports Network. Quigley Technology Services also specializes in virus removal, so your computer will get back to full speed now. And you can trust them for first-class computer repair, including free local pickup and delivery, plus on-site service, including after hours. Contact Quigley Technology Services at 815-293-7844 or stop by at quigtech.com. That's QUIG tech.com.
Teresa's Styling Salon in Wilmington is a casual, family-friendly salon that caters to people of all ages. Teresa's provides everything from haircuts to perms to manicures, and they can highlight or color your hair for that special look. Teresa's is located in the Southgate Plaza on Water Street in Wilmington. Call today for an appointment at 815-476-1955. That's 815-476-1955.
Phelan Acres Bible Church is the perfect place if you are looking for a church to call home. They have services every week, including Sunday school at 9:45, morning worship at 11, and Wednesday night prayer meetings at 7. Phelan Acres Bible Church is located at 26009 Willow Lane in Wilmington, Illinois. And for more information, call 815-476-7818. That's 815-476-7818.
Love is an open door.
7-3 is the lead for Wilmington over Lisle here at the Warrens Collision Center halftime show. Big thank you to Warrens over there in Braidwood, where they care beyond the repair. Well, the Cats lead at 7-3 on a 14-yard touchdown run by Nick Hawkins on 4th and 2 with 10 seconds to go in the half and no timeouts for Wilmington. And what looked like Hawkins was down at the 2 or 1, the near side official said he was in the end zone, and that's all that matters. He kind of reached across the goal line as he was being brought to the ground, and when he did that, he actually lost the football into the end zone. But
all they got to do is get that plane broken, and he's got the touchdown.
Right, and there's a little bit of discussion going on up here whether or not he actually got in. The consensus of opinion seems to be that he did not. But in any case, it doesn't matter because the official said he did. That's all that matters, and Wilmington leads at 7-3 despite a lot of errors in the first half. Wilmington's played hard. It's not that they've come out lackluster or anything like that. They've come out ready to go, but it just seems like one thing after another just keeps backing them up and backing them up. And finally, Wilmington broke through and scored on that last drive of the half. And boy, you just have to think in the second half, Wilmington needs a score, and they need it quick to put Lisle kind of in the corner here a little bit. And maybe that will force the Lions' hand a little bit, and the Cats can get out on top here.
Great job again,
well, it started out tonight perfect for the Lions because you had this wind and the rain. It was blowing in the face of the Wilmington. Wilmington had to take the kickoff to start with, which they don't usually do. Facing into the wind, they got the ball back in their own 20, went backwards from there. Things did not go well, and so up to the second quarter, they couldn't move the ball. To give credit to the Lisle defensive unit, their line has played fantastic so far tonight. And it wasn't until the second quarter Wilmington got going, but when they got going, then they started making mistakes. And they've counteracted themselves a great deal, but now they are able to move the ball. I think it's going to give them some confidence going in the second half, but they've got to knock out the mistakes.
Well, your first half totals, first of all, rushing the football, for the Lisle Lions. Boy, it's so wet out here. The papers are actually sticking to the board here. So give me just a second as I try to switch this around. I mean, we're outside kind of here tonight. We're underneath an overhang, but it's still cold, windy, and somewhat wet as the wind blows the rain in here. Rushing the football tonight in that first half for Lisle, Alec Van Volkenberg, 1 carry for -3 yards. Nick Masura ran the ball 9 times for 21 yards. Grant Hain, 1 rush for 0 yards. Martin McGrath ran the ball 5 times for 5 yards. Lisle, 16 carries for 23 yards in that first half. Through the air, Alec Van Volkenberg was 2 of 6 for 15 yards. 1 reception caught by Christian Grego for 7 yards. Charlie Jansen caught the other pass for 8 yards. And also Alec Van Volkenberg with 1 interception as well. And, of course, that was a big interception because Lisle was down at their own 20-yard line or so, and Kyle Davis, the lineman, intercepted a screen pass. So Alec Van Volkenberg, 2 of 6 for 15 yards and an interception. So when you total it up, Lisle has 38 yards of offense in the first half. Here's the problem, though, is that Lisle's gotten the ball at their own 47-yard line and at the Wilmington 25, so they haven't had to get a whole lot of yardage. That was the first 2 drives of the game. Now, since then, the field position has flipped a lot, and Lisle's been put into some different positions. But the reason they got the 3 points to begin with tonight was because of the field position. They started at the Wilmington 25-yard line.
Yeah, they couldn't get much out of it, but they got enough to get close enough to get the field goal.
And they've moved the ball enough when they've had to tonight to get in a position for field goals. And let's face it, Wilmington has been their own worst enemy tonight. They jumped across on 4th and 1 from Lisle at their own 29-yard line. They're just trying to get the Cats to jump. They did. Gave them a first down. Wilmington had a penalty callback, a 54-yard touchdown run by Nick Hawkins, and it was an illegal shift penalty that called that back. The Cats also had a fumble when they were at the Lisle 14-yard line, a pitch from Southall to Hawkins. That halted that scoring drive as Lisle recovered that at the 20-yard line. Wilmington, at another point, started at their own 12. Southall dropped a snap, moved the ball back to the 5. Wilmington had another penalty there, which Lisle then declined.
Right.
It's just been really one thing after another tonight, and amazingly, we are at the half, and Wilmington leads at 7-3, and the only reason they lead at 7-3 was because they forced Lisle to go 3 and out and started at the Lisle 47-yard line on their last drive of the half with 40 seconds left and no timeouts. Got the ball down to the 14. It was 4th and 2 with 10 seconds to go in the half. No timeouts for Wilmington.
Would you have called that play?
They went for it. That's Barry and Raincy. But on 4th and 2 from the 14, they hand it off to Hawkins with no timeouts. Hawkins somehow breaks a couple of tackles and lunged for the end zone. The official said he got in, and that's all that matters. And the Cats lead at 7-3 as he scored, I believe, with 3 seconds to go in that first half. It's just been kind of a crazy first half. And it seems like every time we come to Lisle, it gets a little wackier.
Oh, boy, isn't that the truth? We've had quite the experiences up here, and it doesn't seem like it's over yet.
Boy, the rain just getting worse.
Can we move
more and more?
Can we move ourselves back here a little bit?
Well, I'm not really sure if that's going to help your cause too much unless you move way back there somewhere.
We can see the scoreboard through the window here.
I'm cut off. If I move back too much farther, I won't be able to see the corner of the field. But 5.5 minutes to go in the half, so we got about 8 or 9 minutes before our second half gets underway. Wilmington leads at 7-3. We have a few scores from around the area to pass along to you. In fact, we've got 3 or 4 of them for you. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll give you the scoring updates that we have. Some interesting ones as well. At the half tonight, Wilmington leads at 7-3 over Lisle. You're listening to the Halftime Show brought to you by Warren's Collision Center in Braidwood, where they care beyond the repair. Back in just a moment.
If you're looking for more information on Wilmington Wildcats football, then check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Each week, Coach Reentz goes over game film, takes questions from the audience, and presents the Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week awards. Plus, you'll get to hang out with other Wildcat fans and get the inside scoop on next week's game. So be sure to check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. If you need something done around your house, chances are Beth's Busy Bees can get it done. They specialize in residential and commercial cleaning, but they can also do lawn care, small home remodeling and repair jobs, and even things like caregiving. Beth's Busy Bees is a small family-owned business, and they will treat you right every time. Call 815-685-9111 for Beth's Busy Bees today. Warren's Collision Center is your hometown body shop specializing in top-of-the-line customer service. Warren's accepts all insurance companies, and they offer free estimates, certified technicians, and a lifetime written warranty. Plus, Warren's will set you up with a rental car while your vehicle is in the shop. So the next time you need work done on your vehicle, call my good friend Warren at 815-458-3300 or stop by Warren's Collision Center at 242 North Front Street in Braidwood. You can also check them out online at warrenscollision.com. Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair. Breezer Construction Company is a proud supporter of Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network. For over 30 years, Breezer Construction Company has led the way in providing quality construction to the industrial, utility, and pipeline industries. For more information on Breezer Construction Company, go to breezerconstruction.com. That's breezerconstruction.com or call 815-521-0900.
Back in the Warren's Collision Center halftime show where Wilmington leads at 7-3 over Lisle. Have some scoring updates to pass along for you here at the half. Streeter now leads Sandwich 28-13 with 3 minutes to go in the half. So boy, that's a little bit different from the score I had earlier. So Streeter leads Sandwich 28-13. Reed Custer now a 12-0 lead on Seneca at the end of the first quarter. So Reed Custer leads Seneca 12-0 at the end of the first quarter. Streeter a 28-13 lead on Sandwich. That game during halftime over in Sandwich. And I say over, actually it's probably down in Sandwich from here.
Yeah. Oh, there's that wind blowing that rain right in on us.
Well, I'm telling you what, it keeps getting worse. We might have to move this thing before too long if we... I don't really know where we can go with it. That's going to protect it too much. Some other scores from around the area. Coal City, a 13-0 lead on Piatone as well. So Reed Custer, 12-0 over Seneca at the end of the first. Streeter, 28-13 over Sandwich. That game, 3 minutes to go in the half. And Coal City leads Piatone 13-0. Here at Benedictine University in Lisle, it's 7-3 Wilmington. And a driving rainstorm at this point. I mean, that rain is coming down now. I mean, earlier it was just kind of a light mist, but it was being blown around. It's just essentially a downpour at this moment.
It's a downpour. Still not heavy drops, but there's just huge amounts of them. And the band is trying to play out here in the middle of all this.
And what we might do is move this back. Don't want to pull the cords off the table too much, but I think we'll move it back a little bit here and try to make some sort of an adjustment tonight. Let me wipe off this computer again. Hopefully we don't get
Next, the Lisle High School
computer
marching band will perform part
destroyed here tonight.
Halftime show. This arrangement features two memorable songs from the musical entitled Dancing Through Life and Defying Gravity.
Just want to make sure we protect our equipment a little bit here tonight. You know, I usually say, hey, you guys are inside, right? Well, here at Benedictine, despite there being a gigantic facility, we're usually outside. Outside being, we're under an overhang. I mean, we're essentially supposed to be out of the weather. The problem is the rain keeps blowing everything in here, and we're trying to protect all of our equipment as much as we can.
The room next to us is empty, but it's not been offered to anybody. So
No, that's That's true, as the halftime show still going on, and good grief that
In the rain.
they literally stopped the clock at halftime to finish the band's halftime performance in the middle of a driving rainstorm with all of about, 50 people in the stands here tonight. So I guess if you practice that much, you want to play regardless.
I suppose.
They're good, too. Their band's really good.
Oh, this is a really nice band.
I think they're playing their last selection here tonight, and then we'll get back to football here momentarily. So be sure to stick around. Our post-game show tonight brought to you by ACN Representative Pete Treby. Coming up a little bit later, we'll talk to Coach Raints about tonight's game. I'm sure he's got plenty to say about this one. Now, of course, anytime you play in rain and wind and cold, you're going to have some mistakes. You're going to have some people drop the football.
Oh, yes.
The problem is for Wilmington is they did it entirely too much in the first half, and we'll see if they can flip things around a little bit here in the second half. Wilmington's always in the past been a second half team, especially a second quarter and on team, but specifically second half. And I would be surprised tonight if the Cats don't get a couple of touchdowns pretty quick in the second half. Of course, it depends if they're going to go into the wind first or not.
And I think they are.
And that's always a big thing anytime we're in a game, especially when the wind's blowing directly from one side or the other like it is tonight. It's blowing directly from right to left. And not only that, but you got to look into the wind or look into the rain.
The rain, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, whew.
You look down toward the opposite end you're running toward, and you're just getting a face full of rain. It's blowing sideways, so there's no way you can avoid it.
Again here tonight, if our equipment blows up and we go off the air, you'll know why.
Oh.
I mean, the rate is, we've tried to move our stuff back. I don't think it's done anything.
It would be better than being out there, but it's not. It still hadn't gotten us out of everything. We can go back a little farther if we need to. You can stand around there. Oh, my.
Well, with any luck,
There will be much more great music
that's
from
the
for the next home
last
on September
song of the
20th.
night.
That evening you
And
will
normally
also
it's fine,
hear
stop the
a
clock,
huge
play your
band
songs, whatever, but tonight it's pretty brutal.
Join the Lisle High School marching band.
I was thinking, maybe I'm just an old man, but I was thinking, I'm sure I'm glad I'm up here instead of down there in that cold.
Ooh. Can you imagine trying to play instruments?
Oh, man. I can't imagine it. That is crazy. I wonder what they got. I wonder if after the halftime show they have to go in and wipe them all down. Uh-oh.
Well, I think they're actually going to play the school song and maybe march off the field at some point here. They still have stepped the clock at halftime to finish this performance. That's why our halftime show is kind of dragging on here, is we're trying to kill a little bit of time till they get this band off the field and we get the second half underway. You've been listening to the Warren's Collision Center halftime show. Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair. We'll take one more break. When we come back, kick off with the second half. Wilmington leads it 7-3 over Lisle. Take a break. Back with more Cats football in a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria in downtown Coal City is an authentic Italian restaurant that's all about sharing great food in a relaxing atmosphere. Ricchetti's has delicious paninis, sandwiches, calzones, salad, pasta, and of course their incredible pizza. Plus, you can check out a game on one of their many TVs, and they have Wi-Fi too. Stop by Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria today at 375 South Broadway in Coal City. ACN Representative Pete Treby has a very simple way for you to save money on your monthly bills. All you have to do is go to Pete's website and fill out the free analysis form. Then Pete will show you a detailed way to save money on everything: wireless, satellite TV, high-speed internet, local and long distance, computer support, and coming soon, save money on energy. Go to the sponsors page on this website, click on ACN Representative Pete Treby's link, fill out the free analysis form, and start saving money today. Quigley Technology Services is your local source for computer help. They have built numerous websites, including ours here at the Christian Internet Sports Network. Quigley Technology Services also specializes in virus removal, so your computer will get back to full speed now.
And you can trust them for first-class computer repair, including free local pickup and delivery, plus on-site service, including after hours. Contact Quigley Technology Services at 815-293-7844 or stop by at quigtech.com. That's QUIG tech.com.
Teresa's Styling Salon in Wilmington is a casual, family-friendly salon that caters to people of all ages. Teresa's provides everything from haircuts to perms to manicures, and they can highlight or color your hair for that special look. Teresa's is located in the Southgate Plaza on Water Street in Wilmington. Call today for an appointment at 815-476-1955. That's 815-476-1955.
Wilmington leads at 7-3 at the half here over Lisle. A couple minutes away from the start of half number 2. I would say in a half that was dominated by Lisle, but it really wasn't dominated by Lisle. Wilmington had plenty of offensive opportunities. They moved the football a little bit. It just seemed like Lisle took advantage of all the opportunities that they had in that first half. And they only managed to get 3 points on the board and only had 38 yards of offense. But they took advantage of field position. Wilmington got a touchdown literally almost in the last play of the half with 3 seconds to go in the half to lead at 7-3. And that was it for our first half of play. Well, we're just about ready to kick things off here in the second half. The one thing about tonight is we've been on this side of the field. Well, we're only at the 25-yard line. But the thing in our favor is the wind's blowing this direction, so all the action has happened right in front of us tonight. We haven't had to look down the field very much.
That's true. Almost the whole game has been played from the 40, almost the 40-yard line into this end zone. And that's been good for us. And I'm glad we didn't set up on the other end of this thing, by the way. We'd have been in trouble. Well, we got the rain blowing in waves through the air, and all we're doing is waiting for the time to start. 16 seconds left on the clock. So
both teams are out there. You would think the officials would just go, come on, let's get this thing moving.
All right, all you Lisle fans, let's get on.
So Casillas will tee it up at the 40, kicking left to right, as McGrath will be back deep for Lisle. The two up backs are Masura and Temmerman.
Hey, they took down our flags up here so we could watch the breeze.
I'll just say it this way. It's blowing in our face, I do believe, at this point.
It's kind of switched directions a little bit, and it's coming almost from the west. Northwest right at us now in our faces.
Casillas approaches. A shorter kick taken by an up man at the 30, 35 out to the 40. Well, that didn't go exactly as planned for Wilmington, all the way out to the 41-yard line, and immediately Lisle gets decent field position. So 1st and 10 for Lisle from the 41. They have 38 yards of offense tonight. Yes, you heard that correct, 38 yards of offense. However, when one of your drives starts at the 25-yard line of Wilmington, you don't have to go very far to get points.
And they didn't have to. They got a field goal out of that.
One receiver to either side, double wing for the Lions. Handoff goes to the fullback, and that goes absolutely nowhere. Maybe lost a yard. That's Grant Hain, the 5'9", 165-pound sophomore on the carry. Kyle Davis on the stop for Wilmington will bring up 2nd down and 11 for the Cats. Ball at the Lisle 40-yard line, for the Lions.
Grant's had a tough evening. He's only carried the ball twice for -1 yard.
7-3 Wilmington just underway in our second half. 2nd and 11 for Lisle from their own 40. In motion, McGrath chopping back. Van Volkenberg fires incomplete as Van Volkenberg got dropped by Derek Kirchner. It was intended for Nick Masura, but he was double covered, and I think Van Volkenberg was just trying to make sure he got rid of the football and didn't take a sack.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what he was trying to do. Just make sure you get that sack. They were just all over him.
So 3rd and 11 upcoming for Lisle now from their own 40. I believe Dennis has some more scoring updates for us here. Reed Custer now trailing Seneca 14-12 in the second. Plano up on Mantino 7-0 at, is that the half? Pitch goes right side, halfback option pass, and this is going to be knocked down by Zalomi.
He started to catch it, and then he said, no, wait a minute, what am I doing?
The pitch went to Martin McGrath. He tried to pass it downfield. The closest person to that pass was Zalomi, who just knocked it down. Nearest receiver was probably 15 yards away from where he threw that ball.
Yeah, he could have intercepted it, but he'd gotten the ball way back in your 30-yard line or so.
So Zalomi and Breimer back deep for the Cats. 11:10 to go in the third. Wilmington leads at 7-3. Lisle punting with the wind here. The ball bounces back, but picked up by McGrath. Gets the punt off, and it's going to, once again, back Wilmington way up, all the way to the 20-yard line.
It kept bouncing and bouncing.
Wilmington will start there, 1st and 10.
It'll be 1st and 10 Lisle.
Did we ever give the Wilmington's offensive totals?
They had 130.
I don't think I ever gave Wilmington's offensive totals for the first half, did I? Mason Southall, 4 rushing attempts for a yard. Nick Hawkins had 5 rushes for 34 yards and a touchdown in the first half. Gavin Hawks, 1 rush for 5 yards. Nick McWilliams, 7 rushing attempts for 25 yards in the first half. Wilmington, 17 rushes for 64 yards and a touchdown. Through the air, Southall 4 of 6 for 66 yards in that first half, 130 yards of total offense. Sorry about that. I think I completely slipped my mind to give their offensive totals. McWilliams off the left side, out to the 25-yard line before he's finally tackled by Temmerman. Bring up 2nd and 5 for Wilmington from their own 25-yard line. Well, our last update, Seneca leading Reed Custer now 14-12.
Who just carried that ball?
It was Nick McWilliams for 5 yards. Cats 2nd and 5 from their own 25-yard line. Double wing for Wilmington. McWilliams and Hawkins are the wing backs. Hawks at fullback. Pitch back to Hawkins across the 25 out to the 29-yard line. Tripped up on the play by Temmerman, and Frank ended up finishing up the play to bring up 3rd down and a yard for Wilmington after a gain of 4 for Nick Hawkins.
Yeah, Hawkins is a hard runner. He's a smaller guy. He's not as hard to bring down as some of the other guys, but he's very quick.
So 3rd down and a yard for Wilmington from the 29. Double wing again. And Southall on the keeper. He's got the 1st down all the way out to the 32-yard line. Picks up 3 yards and a Wilmington 1st down. This is all you need from the Cats right now is move the football, use some clock, get into the end zone.
That's exactly what Coach would like. That's exactly what we were looking for. Eating up the clock down 9:28 counting. 3rd quarter.
1st and 10 Wilmington from their own 32. Down in, 9:20?
9:20.
Yeah, I can't, I have to look around the corner of the building here to see the scoreboard. Double wing for the Cats, pitch back to Hawkins. Out to the 35, breaks a tackle out to the 40, almost broke another one. It gets slammed to the ground at the 42-yard line.
Boy.
A gain of close to 10. You might give them 9. Whoa, what a hard run by Nick Hawkins off that right side. William Blystone, 5'8", 155-pound senior, makes the stop for Lisle. 2nd down and a yard for Wilmington from the 41.
Boy, he's running hard.
Double wing for Wilmington again. 2nd and less than a yard. Southall with the keeper out to the 45 before he's tripped up. A gain of 4 yards for Mason Southall. The Cats with another 1st down, 1st and 10 from the 45.
You're beginning to see that line doing what we were looking for it to do for Wilmington. They're starting to push open holes and allow that running game for Wilmington to start rolling.
Once again, double wing for the Cats, 1st and 10 from their own 45, almost the 46. Pitch back Hawkins, right side. Bounces it to the outside, almost got out to the 49 before he's thrown backwards. Nick had to bounce it to the outside just to create some sort of space because there was nothing off tackle. Well, that's not exactly a
wait a
given
minute.
spot.
This guy is on the 48. This guy over here is on the.
Well, they give him credit for a yard, despite the fact that he almost got to midfield. But nonetheless, second and 9. I think my brain is half frozen. 2nd and 9 from the Wilmington 47-yard line. 2 receivers to the far side. Again, 1 wing back, 1 fullback. Southall under center. Swing pass. I don't know who that was intended for. It's incomplete. It looked like Hawkins was blocking, and Southall went his direction. So.
Yeah, either Hawkins was supposed to block and the pass receiver out wide was supposed to break behind, or he was supposed to stop and take the pass. But either way.
And if he was supposed to get it to Zalomi, he definitely didn't get it out there far enough to get it to Alex. So some sort of miscommunication there.
It looked like he was throwing it where Hawkins was going to be.
Well, 3rd and 9 for the Cats from their own 47-yard line. 2 receivers to the far side. Again, that's Zalomi all the way to the outside. Slot receiver is Hawkins under center. Southall drops back to pass. Pressure comes up the middle. Good block by Hawks. Deep pass down the far sideline. Caught by Hawkins at the 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Wilmington.
Well, I thought it was going to be intercepted.
53-yard touchdown pass from Mason Southall to Nick Hawkins. And Wilmington up 13-3 with 7:17 to go in the third quarter.
That's that pass that he throws every once in a while that he just drops it right over the defender's hand. I thought it was going to be intercepted. It was perfectly thrown.
I want to tell you that what made that play was Gavin Hawks, the fullback, picking up the blitz up the middle, because if he doesn't get that block, there's no chance for Southall to get a pass off. And what a pass from Mason. What a nice block from Gavin Hawks. Extra point here. Well, I don't know what happened there, but Jacob Casillas kicks that into his offensive line, and it will stay 13-3 Wilmington with 7:17 to go in the third. We'll take a break. Back with more Cats football in a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Phelan Acres Bible Church is the perfect place if you are looking for a church to call home. They have services every week, including Sunday school at 9:45, morning worship at 11, and Wednesday night prayer meetings at 7. Phelan Acres Bible Church is located at 26009 Willow Lane in Wilmington, Illinois. And for more information, call 815-476-7818. That's 815-476-7818. If you're looking for more information on Wilmington Wildcats football, then check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Each week, Coach Reentz goes over game film, takes questions from the audience, and presents the Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week awards. Plus, you'll get to hang out with other Wildcat fans and get the inside scoop on next week's game. So be sure to check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's.
Mike McGrath back deep for Lisle at the Lisle 12-yard line as Casillas has it teed up at the 40. We'll get set to kick off left to right here. Another short kick back to the 26-yard line of Lisle. This covered much better by Wilmington. Out to the 31 it comes. Good job special team-wise by the Cats as Andy Frank, the upback, returns it out to what will be the 32-yard line. Lisle has it there 1st and 10. You got a feeling if you're the Lions, you better do something offensively here because Wilmington has stolen the momentum big time after the touchdown with 3 seconds to go in the half to go up 7-3. And then the touchdown here early in the third. And this one's on the verge of swinging significantly in the direction of Wilmington. Dumble wing for the Lions here. 1st and 10 from the 32. In motion, McGrath gets the pitch across the 30, and that's about it. Out to the 33, maybe the 34. Picks up close to 2 yards. Bring up 2nd down and 8 for Lisle. Well, the rain's kind of let up a little bit here, although it's still coming down pretty good. Not blowing quite as hard at the moment.
Yeah, I was going to say, the wind has stopped. It's not blowing in on our faces right now.
2nd and 8 for the Lions from the 34 of Lisle. In motion, McGrath dropping back. Van Valkenburg fires, deflected, and is that caught? It is out at the 37 somehow. I thought Joe Mann was going to intercept that for a minute.
Joe did knock it up in the air, but he went underneath it and bounced up in the hands of the receiver.
Grant Hain picks up 3 yards on that pass. Will bring up 3rd and 5 for Lisle. 6:15 to go in the third. Wilmington leads it 13-3.
At their own 37.
So Wilmington a 13-3 advantage. 6 minutes now to go in the third. Double wing for Lisle. One back in motion. Pitch comes to the near side. Little bit of a hole. It closed up in a hurry, but still a gain of 3, maybe 4 yards by Nick Masura. This is all going to depend on the spot. Actually, this might be enough for a first down. They give him enough yards here. And it is just barely enough for a first down. So a gain of 5 and a Lions first down. The clock will continue to roll here. That's really the first signs of life we've seen from the Lisle offense
for a long
in the last quarter and a half or so. Now 1st and 10 for Lisle from the 42 of the Lions. Double wing again in motion. And a handoff up the middle to the fullback. Gain of a yard. That was McGrath in motion to the far side. And
one of those misdirection jobs.
Underneath to Masura. And I want to say no gain. Maybe a half yard or so, but that's about it. Bring up 2nd and 10 for Lisle. The problem for the Lions is if you don't score in your drives, you use up so much clock. Makes it awfully difficult. Double wing again for the Lions. 2nd and 10 from the 42. Van Valkenburg drops back, fires a pass. Incomplete. Was intended for Mark McGrath on a near sideline. And Gavin Hawks was actually the closest person to that football and almost came just short of picking it off as it bounced into Gavin. And it'll bring up 3rd and 10 for Lisle now from the 42, almost the 43.
If he'd had it just a little bit higher, he'd have had an interception. But it came in about a yard and a half, 2 yards short.
3rd and 10 for Lisle. 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far. Out of the shotgun now is Van Valkenburg. One receiver in motion, handoff almost like on a jet sweep. This is Masura out to the 45, and that's it. Boy, he got absolutely crushed at the 45 by Joe Mann. I didn't know if Masura was going to get up there for a second or not.
I'll tell you what, he was hit.
Well, a good pursuit by the Cats defensively. A gain of 3, nowhere near enough for Lisle, and they'll be forced to punt here.
Looked like he was going to have some room to run there for a while, but it closed quickly on it.
Snap back. McGrath almost dropped it. Now he's going to run with it. McGrath keeps it all the way up the middle and gets all the way down to the Wilmington 30.
There's a Wilmington one totally asleep.
Well, that's a gain.
Flag on the field.
A gain of 24 yards if it stands. I believe there's a flag down.
There's a flag on the field.
We'll see what this is. Actually, we're holding on Lisle on Nick Masura. Now, this all depends on where the spot of the foul is, though, because this could still, it's not going to be enough. It's marked off from the Wilmington 40. It will go back to midfield, and that's 2 yards short of a first down, so Lisle will turn it over on downs.
Boy.
Still 4th down. Still 4th down, excuse me.
Yeah, still 4th down.
I was thinking 4th down, and they will play a 4th and 2 from midfield. Excuse me on that.
Boy, their coach must go crazy. What are you doing holding? He's got all this downfield.
Well, I mean, I guess it benefits you in this sense that you went from 4th and, 7 to now 4th and 2 was actually a fairly well-designed fake punt.
I think that I don't think it was originally a fake. I think it was left it up to him.
Well, 4th and 2 for Lisle from midfield. Again, my brain frozen tonight on the fourth down play, pitch up the middle, and this is going to depend on the spot, but I don't think he got there.
I don't think he got there either.
Looks like a gain of a yard by Mark McGrath, and he's going to be, well short of a first down, and the turnover on downs gives it back to Wilmington. 1st and 10 from their own 49. Well, I don't know. I think my brain has stopped working tonight.
Oh, boy. And that's the truth. That's what we feel
so cold and wet that I'm surprised that my brain's working at all. Okay. I don't know why I thought it was after fourth down it's going to be turnover on downs on the penalty.
The coach from the Lions must have felt like that was a crucial down to make a first down on.
Well, 1st and 10 for Wilmington from their own 49. Back to the double wing here for the Cats. Pitch back to McWilliams across midfield, now to the 45 to the 40, and slammed down at the 39-yard line. A gain of 12 on the rush from Nick McWilliams. And Wilmington beginning to move the football a little bit. Well, on that fake punt, by the way, it was, 4th and 7. They snapped it back to McGrath, and he kept coming up, and then just decided, well, nobody's coming after me, so he just took off with the football and ended up running 25 yards. But it got called back on a holding penalty, was not enough for a first down on that play, made it 4th and 2, and Lisle decided to go for it, did not make it. Pitch back to Hawkins, 1st and 10 from the 39. Hawkins breaks free to the 35, down to the 30, and spun to the ground at the 29-yard line of Lisle. As Blystone finally made the tackle, Lisle with a couple of players down, one at the 40, the other one at the 37. It was a gain of right at 10 yards. And it will be a Wilmington first down after this injury timeout. Wilmington leads at 13-3, 2:43 to go in the third. And if some of the stuff we say tonight sounds absolutely idiotic, there's the reason for that.
Yeah, we're trying to make it through this.
Trying to survive at this point. Trying to keep number one from not being electrocuted.
They say it's supposed to be 45 degrees. But
I doubt it.
I don't think so.
I doubt it. Trying to keep our equipment somewhat dry, even though it's wet as we speak. We got wind blowing in our face here, and not really the best of lighting. Trying to see the number and everything else.
They could use another light on out here too.
Well, Grant Hain is one of the injured players, slow to come off, kind of limping off. Hopefully that he's okay, because Lisle doesn't have a whole lot as far as numbers go. The other injured player was Jared Arellano, and he is off the field. Looks like he is okay. We'll probably see him back. Grant Hain might be too, but he's limping over here on the near sideline, so we'll keep an eye on Grant. In any case, 1st and 10 for Wilmington. From the 29 of Lisle, the Cats lead it by 10 with 2:25 and counting here in the third quarter. Double wing for Wilmington. And Southall keeps it far side. Down to, it's off to McWilliams to the 20. McWilliams to the 10. 5 touchdown. Well, I don't know how I missed that handoff, but McWilliams into the end zone for the touchdown run of 29 yards. I never even saw him get the football. So McWilliams into the end zone as the Cats will get set to attempt the extra point, a 29-yard touchdown run. And Jeff Dillon standing here said he thought it was a direct snap to him.
Yeah, I was just going to tell you that Jeff thought it was a direct snap right to him.
If it was a handoff, it was the fastest handoff in the history of mankind, because I certainly missed it.
Let's see if this kick is a little better this time.
Snap back, good snap, good hold. The kick is inside that left upright. It is good from Jake Casillas, and Wilmington tags on another score, 20-3. The Wildcats lead, 2:13 to go in the third. Good grief! I don't know what happened there, but it must have been directly snapped to him. That was an odd.
I'm sitting behind Jeff, so I have a hard time seeing what's going on.
It was weird because it looked like Mason had the football, and then all of a sudden he was to the outside. And when I saw Mason get ready to throw a block, I thought, uh-oh, he doesn't have the football. And McWilliams was right behind him, so it was pretty easy to pick up the fact that Nick had the football. But whatever kind of play design that was, it worked to perfection, because McWilliams went around the end for a 29-yard touchdown run. And the Cats now expanding this lead a little bit. with 2:13 to go in our third quarter.
The Cats now are just moving the ball at will almost. And they've been doing that into the rain and into the wind.
Well, what continues to be a weird night. So Lisle goes with a fake punt on 4th and 7 on their last drive, gains 25 yards. A holding penalty backs it up to 4th and 2. Lisle tried to go for that, could not make it. And the drive ends up for Wilmington on what I guess looked like a direct snap to McWilliams. It's the only way we can explain it. But Nick McWilliams with a 29-yard touchdown run. And now the Cats tee it up again. Casillas, another short kick down to the 25. Picked up there across the 30 and now to the 32-yard line. It comes. Gavin Hawks on the stop for Wilmington. The return by Zach Temmerman. And Lisle will start 1st and 10 from just across their own 32-yard line. Well, Lisle definitely needs to do something here because
that's exactly when it started last time they had the ball.
If you switch sides and go into the wind down 2 or 3 touchdowns, could be huge trouble. One receiver to the far side, one to the near. Van Volkenburg under center. 1st and 10 for Lisle from the 33-yard line officially. Van Volkenburg fires deep down the far sideline, knocked incomplete.
Nice
Boy,
defense.
What coverage by Mason Southall. Pass intended for Christian Grego at the 45. Then you could not ask for better coverage than Mason Southall gave on that.
He was shoulder to shoulder with him. When the ball got there, he just reached up and tapped it away.
Pretty good pass from Van Volkenburg, too. That thing was on the money.
I was thinking about that, too. They were heading down the field, full steam ahead on the opposite side of the field over there. He had it right on target, but the defense was so closely guarded that he couldn't get in.
One receiver to either side. 2nd and 10 for Lisle from the 33. Misdirection handoff Masura across the 35 to the 37. Picks up about 4 yards. It'll bring up 3rd and 6 for Lisle.
Well, sometimes it looks like it's going to be a wide open hole, and all at once there's a Wildcat or two that's there and bangs it shut.
Well, they moved it up another yard, so a gain of 5 will make it 3rd and 5 for the Lions from their own 38-yard line. Again, a good opportunity for this Wilmington defense to slam the door. One receiver to the far side, one to the near. Double wing Van Volkenburg hands it off, and that got blown up in a hurry. I think there's a fumble on the play. Wilmington says they have it, but we'll see, and they do. Wilmington forces a turnover on what was an odd situation again for the Lions. Van Volkenburg on what looked like to be a misdirection play somehow didn't get the handoff put through cleanly. And Wilmington forces another turnover. The fumble recovered at the Lions' 36-yard line, and now Wilmington with another short field. And think about this. They've been doing all this into the wind in the third quarter.
Yes, they have been.
One wing back to either side in the double wing. As in motion, Hawkins dropping back. Southall, there's your illegal motion penalty again. Pass is caught by Joe Mann. Nope, dropped it at the 5, but it doesn't matter anyway. And as the flag down at the 45, illegal shift on Wilmington. Saw that thing going.
That thing must be their number 1 penalty during the year.
So it'll be 1st and 15 for Wilmington after the illegal shift.
On Wilmington.
Probably getting 2 guys moving at the same time. Or
well, we're down to 1:20 to go in the third. Wilmington leads at 20-3 over Lisle from Benedictine University tonight, and what can only be described as a miserable night all the way around.
Oh, they turned down the penalty, huh? Pass is incomplete.
Well, they declined the penalty, make it 2nd and 10 for Wilmington from the 36-yard line. 2 receivers to the far side. Handoff to the fullback up the middle, down to the 30 to the 25, all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Wow. Looks like a steamroller.
A gain of 17 yards. That's Mason Del Angel in on the carry for Wilmington. Came in at fullback, carried it right up the gut, picked up 17 yards, and Wilmington will have it 1st and 10 from the Lisle 20.
Boy, he hit that hole like a steam shovel. Man, he powered his way through there.
Wilmington trying to tack another one on the board. It's 20-3. The Wildcats lead. Under a minute now to go in the third quarter. Two receivers to the far side, one wing back, one fullback. Southall under center, 1st and 10 from the Lisle 20. Jumps back to pass, looking left side, fires deep toward the end zone, tipped and incomplete. Slomey had to come back to it as that thing almost went end over end into the wind. Bring up 2nd and 10 for Wilmington.
Like another dangerous pass there going in there. It looked like it was well defended. And Salome, I think, can play defense as well as he can offense in those ends after. So
he's big enough. If he has to go knock it down, he can. So 2nd and 10 for Wilmington. Ball at the Lions' 20-yard line. Again, double wing. Pitch back. Hawkins inside the 20 to the 15. Has a hole. 10-5. Touchdown, Wilmington.
Wow.
Nick Hawkins, 20-yard touchdown run. Just like that, 26-3 is the Wilmington advantage. 32 seconds to go in the third quarter as Wilmington will get set to attempt the extra point. A nice run by Nick Hawkins. Got the ball off the right side, was very patient, cut it back up the middle.
That's what I was going to say. A nice cut to the left, going right up the middle at the right time to pick up that block. Carried it on in.
So Jake Casillas with the extra point attempt here. Snap back, the hold, and the kick is good. Bang through by Jake Casillas. It's 27-3, the lead for Wilmington with 32 seconds to go in the third. Take a break. Back with more Cats football in a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
If you need something done around your house, chances are Beth's Busy Bees can get it done. They specialize in residential and commercial cleaning, but they can also do lawn care, small home remodeling and repair jobs, and even things like caregiving. Beth's Busy Bees is a small family-owned business, and they will treat you right every time. Call 815-685-9111 for Beth's Busy Bees today. Warren's Collision Center is your hometown body shop specializing in top-of-the-line customer service. Warren's accepts all insurance companies, and they offer free estimates, certified technicians, and a lifetime written warranty. Plus, Warren's will set you up with a rental car while your vehicle is in the shop. So the next time you need work done on your vehicle, call my good friend Warren at 815-458-3300 or stop by Warren's Collision Center at 242 North Front Street in Braidwood. You can also check them out online at warrenscollision.com. Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair.
Again, ball teed up at the 40. Jake Casillas gets set to kick off left to right, and once again into the wind here tonight and the rain as far as that goes. Better kick here down to the 23-yard line. Return out to the 30, and then that's blown up in a hurry by Gavin Hawks. A return of 7 yards, and that's it as Andy Frank tried to return it for Lisle. 29 seconds to go in the third. 27-3 is the lead for Wilmington. And again, all of this damage has been done against the wind and against the rain here in the third quarter. We just had a feeling watching the first half that Wilmington had the superior team, but it just seemed like nothing would go their way.
Yeah, everything seemed to go wrong, but they kept doing better and better.
One receiver to either side again. That misdirection with the second back around, and Nick Masura picks up a yard. Will bring up 2nd and long for Lisle. Down to 15 seconds to go in the third, and I don't think the Lions are any too thrilled about running a new play here toward the end of the third quarter. That'll bring us to the end of 3. Wilmington leads at 27-3 over Lisle. Take a break. Back with the fourth quarter. You're listening to Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Breezer Construction Company is a proud supporter of Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network. For over 30 years, Breezer Construction Company has led the way in providing quality construction to the industrial, utility, and pipeline industries. For more information on Breezer Construction Company, go to breezerconstruction.com. That's breezerconstruction.com or call 815-521-0900. Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria in downtown Coal City is an authentic Italian restaurant that's all about sharing great food in a relaxing atmosphere. Ricchetti's has delicious paninis, sandwiches, calzones, salad, pasta, and of course their incredible pizza. Plus, you can check out a game on one of their many TVs, and they have Wi-Fi too. Stop by Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria today at 375 South Broadway in Coal City.
So we get set to start quarter number 4. 27-3 is the lead for Wilmington here over Lisle. As the rain once again starts to pick up and starts to blow in on us here a
The
little
thing about
bit.
that quarter was it was played on that end.
Yeah, that's true.
Against
End of the wind.
End of the wind, and Wilmington took it to that end.
So second down and 9 for Lisle from their own 31. Rolling near side, Van Volkenburg fires. That's incomplete. Good pressure on the play.
Number 52.
By Derek Kirchner, who came up and forces Van Volkenburg to make a bad pass there. Third down and 9 for Lisle from their own 31. So Wilmington turning the tables a little bit here in the second half, doing a much better job offensively. They managed to move the football on the ground, through the air, and they've stretched this lead out a little bit. 27-3 is the lead for Wilmington with 11:54 to go in this one tonight. Double wing for the Lions, third down and 9 from their own 31. One back in motion. The pitch comes to McGrath, trying to get the corner and will not. Oof.
Hawkins did a nice job of sealing that corner.
Stacked up, might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Bring up fourth down and 9 for Lisle as Kirchner again on the stop. Salome and Breimer will be back deep for the Cats here.
The Lions at their own 31.
Kind of seemed like the Lions just kind of run out of steam before they went down to the game.
Kick here is a line drive, bounces around midfield, kicks sideways, and will be touched at the Wilmington 45. So that's where the Cats will start first and 10.
Down by number 81.
Okay.
Jackson will be first and 10 Wilmington at their own.
Wilmington in the first half kind of sputtered a little bit, turned the ball over once deep in Lisle territory, had a few key penalties, and just seemed like nothing really got started for the Cats in the first half, but the second half has been all Wilmington, to say the least.
Yeah, they couldn't make anything click the first half, it seemed like.
First and 10 for the Cats from their own 45. Again, double wing, and we've got timeout to Lisle. So 11:09 to go in this one. 27-3 is the lead for the Cats. Take a break. Back with more in just a moment. You're listening to the Christian Internet Sports Network.
ACN representative Pete Treby has a very simple way for you to save money on your monthly bills. All you have to do is go to Pete's website and fill out the free analysis form. Then Pete will show you a detailed way to save money on everything: wireless, satellite TV, high-speed internet, local and long distance, computer support, and coming soon, save money on energy. Go to the sponsors page on this website, click on ACN Representative Pete Treby's link, fill out the free analysis form, and start saving money today. Quigley Technology Services is your local source for computer help. They have built numerous websites, including ours here at the Christian Internet Sports Network. Quigley Technology Services also specializes in virus removal, so your computer will get back to full speed now. And you can trust them for first-class computer repair, including free local pickup and delivery, plus on-site service, including after hours. Contact Quigley Technology Services at 815-293-7844 or stop by at quigtech.com. That's QUIG tech.com.
First and 10 for Wilmington out of the timeout from their own 45. Southall under center here. And handoff goes right side. That gets back to the line of scrimmage. That's about it. As Tyler Breimer on the carry for Wilmington. Got maybe a yard, bring up second down and 9 for the Cats as Coach Rentz already shuttling in a few different guys for Wilmington.
Yeah, you picked to bring Breimer in, and not a bad runner himself, but that makes you realize how good those two starting guys really are.
Second down and 9 for Wilmington from about the 46-yard line of the Cats. Again, double wing. Handoff. Breimer right side. Breaks a tackle. Breaks another tackle in midfield. And then trips himself up, it looks like, at the 47-yard line of Lisle. Good run, though. Picked up about 7 yards. It'll bring up third down and 2 for Wilmington from the 47 of Lisle.
Nice job of eluding that tackle. Kind of moved sideways and lifted his left leg up, let the guy slide under him. When he came back down and put his feet back on the ground, though, he was twisted with his body and kind of tripped himself up and lost it. He would have had a first down.
9:45 to go in the game, 27-3 the lead for Wilmington. Third down and 2 from the Lisle 47-yard line. Again, double wing for the Cats. Southall still running the show under center. Handoff to the fullback across the 45 to the 40 to the 35 to the 30 to the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Wilmington. That's Gavin Hawks. A 47-yard touchdown run, just outran everybody to the end zone. Broke a couple of tackles in the middle of the field, then bounced it to the outside and went to the house. Wilmington scores again with 9:20 to go in the game to make it 33-3 Wildcats as Jake Casillas on to attempt another extra point.
There's a little bit of that speed we were referring to.
That's in the fullback of Wilmington, too.
Yeah, and the defender had a little bit of inside track on him to cut him down, and he couldn't make it.
Snap is good. The hold good. The kick by Casillas is good as well. 34-3, the lead for Wilmington. 9:20 to go in this one. Take a break. Back with more Cats football in a moment. You're listening to the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Teresa's Styling Salon in Wilmington is a casual, family-friendly salon that caters to people of all ages. Teresa's provides everything from haircuts to perms to manicures, and they can highlight or color your hair for that special look. Teresa's is located in the Southgate Plaza on Water Street in Wilmington. Call today for an appointment at 815-476-1955. That's 815-476-1955.
Phelan Acres Bible Church is the perfect place if you are looking for a church to call home. They have services every week, including Sunday school at 9:45, morning worship at 11, and Wednesday night prayer meetings at 7. Phelan Acres Bible Church is located at 26009 Willow Lane in Wilmington, Illinois. And for more information, call 815-476-7818. That's 815-476-7818.
9:20 to go in this one. 34-3 is the lead for Wilmington over Lisle. Casillas this time will kick off right to left from the 40-yard line. McGrath back deep for Lisle at his own 15. So Casillas on the approach. Again, short kick to the far side at the 32. And out to the 40-yard line comes the return. Once again, be sure to stick around for our post-game show brought to you by ACN representative Pete Treby. A big thank you, Pete, for sponsoring our post-game show again this year. It's been quite a few years in a row that he has done that. For more information on how you can save money on all of your household bills, be sure to click on the sponsors link of the webpage and check out our link to his page. And be sure to stick around for the post-game show. We'll talk to Coach Rentz, have your final stats. Maybe I'll give both teams the actual post-game report. There's a pass to the far side, incomplete. Van Valkenburg tried to shoot it to the far sideline as Charlie Jansen was the intended receiver.
I think he thought Charlie was going to go out for a post pattern and turn around and stop there. He threw it where he thought he was going to be, which was a few yards behind where he actually was. I think post have done a post pattern.
So 2nd and 10 for Lisle from their own 41-yard line. One receiver to the far side, one at the near, double wing for the Lions. Handoff on a counter play, back to the near side. McGrath trying to get the corner, gets out to about the 49-yard line before he's tripped up by Breimer along with Steve Smock. It will be a gain of 8 yards and bring up 3rd down and 2 for Lisle.
That's McGrath's longest gainer of the day so far. He's had a couple 5-yarders, but that was an 8 one.
9:03 to go in the game. 34-3 is the lead for Wilmington. This game was just a 7-3 game at halftime, and it was 3-0 Lisle with 10 seconds to go in the half. The snap bobbled and fumbled, and will be right about the line of scrimmage where it's recovered by Van Valkenburg. Maybe lost a yard. It'll bring up 4th down and a couple, and I do believe Lisle's going to punt this away.
And this time I would assume that Wilmington is going to make him punt before they drop back.
It's actually a very well-designed punt fake.
If they don't come after you, take a couple steps up. They still don't take off. That's exactly what he did.
Snap back, a little low, but the kick here by McGrath is a line drive taken at the 23, across the 30 to the 33-yard line. I believe that's Salome on the return. Wilmington will start up 1st and 10 from there, and I would assume we're going to see
wholesale substitution,
different offensive lineup here from Wilmington for the rest of this one, although could be wrong, but I think that's what we're going to witness here.
1st and 10, Wildcats at their own 32.
8:15 left in the game.
And we've got timeout, I believe, to Wilmington. 8:15 to go in the game. 34-3 is the lead for the Wildcats. Take a break. Back with more in just a moment. You're listening to Cats Football on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
If you're looking for more information on Wilmington Wildcats football, then check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Each week, Coach Reentz goes over game film, takes questions from the audience, and presents the Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week awards. Plus, you'll get to hang out with other Wildcat fans and get the inside scoop on next week's game. So be sure to check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's.
And be sure to be with us next week. Thankfully, we'll be back at home.
Amen.
Back in our press box. Wilmington will welcome in Reed Custer out.
We haven't got an update on that lately, but Reed Custer was
they're in a battle with Seneca. We kind of thought that's how that was going to turn out, but Reed Custer will come to town for that rival game next week, 7:15. Wilmington Wildcats Weekly will kick off here on the Christian Internet Sports Network. Handoff left side and picks up a couple of yards.
43, I think.
That's off the first soft raster, and I'm not really sure I've got that. Weaver. So Weaver on the carry for the Cats. Steve Smock doing the quarterbacking duties now for Wilmington. Once again, double wing for the Cats as they're using all the clock that they can possibly get. 2nd down and a long 7 for Wilmington from just inside the 34. Handoff to Weaver again, and they might have lost a yard, maybe back to the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 3rd down and long as Weaver, just about no gain. So bring up 3rd down, and we'll call it 8 now.
Did that show you how they've done their homework for Wilmington? The back went to where he was going to be when he got the ball.
Yeah. Yep, they kind of know where it's going to be when it comes down to just these basic plays. Again, double wing for the Cats, 3rd down and 8 from the 34 of Wilmington. And again, Smock looking at that back judge, waiting for that countdown, and here we go.
6:54 left in the game.
Hand off right side, and not much doing there either. Tyler Breimer on the carry. No gain to bring up 4th down and 8 for Wilmington, and they will be forced to punt. 6:40 to go in the game. 34-3 is the lead for Wilmington. Again, sure to stick around for our post-game show brought to you by ACN Representative Pete Traby. We'll get you the scoring totals from both sides. I promise you that. Our post-game report. We'll also hopefully talk to Coach Reeds as well if we can manage to go down and wrangle him before he sprints out of this weather. So Derek Kirchner to punt here for the Cats. There's a line drive kick, fair catch called for and made at the 29-yard line by McGrath. See what Lisle here in the 4th quarter. They will have it 1st and 10. They'll put the ball right at the 30-yard line.
My guess is they want to get done and get out of here.
Yeah, I think that would be seconded by an awful lot of people here at Benedictine tonight.
You are right. It's been a kind of a cold, miserable night as far as the weather goes. But the Wildcats have made it a lot happier night for their fans. Here we go.
Double wing for Lisle. Pitch goes far side to Masura, trying to get the corner. Does temporarily out to the 34-yard line. A gain of 4. It'll bring up 2nd down and 6. Coal City, the final in Kohlerland tonight, 13-0 over Piatone. So Coal City gets the win there. Seneca 14-12 over Reed Custer. That's at the end of the 3rd. So Reed Custer still in it with Seneca. 14-12 at the end of 3. And Streeter a 42-19 lead on Sandwich with about 5 minutes or so to go in the 3rd. So thank you to Dennis for passing along those scores. Pitch comes near side on 2nd and 5. A gain of maybe a yard by Mark McGrath. It'll bring up 3rd and 4 for Lisle. Coming up on 5 minutes to go in the game, 34-3 is the lead for Wilmington.
Nobody pass the ball right now. Just run it and run the clock.
Ball on their own 36-yard line.
No sense of getting anybody hurt.
Lisle knows that Wilmington's called off the dogs. There's no point in risking anybody getting injured tonight. Lisle's already got a couple of injuries of their own. They don't need any more.
Yeah, the young man that was down on the goal line at number 71, he'd gotten hurt last week. I think he just re-injured a little bit. He walked off on his own power.
Misdirection to Masura up the middle, and he'll pick up about 6 yards and a Lisle 1st down out to the 43-yard line.
Masura's had quite a night of carrying the ball. He's been a busy guy. I think he carried the ball 16 times so far tonight.
The Wildcats have been much better in the second half. Not nearly as many mistakes.
Yeah.
And, put some points on the board. One receiver to either side off the double wing again. Misdirection, counter play up the middle. As McGrath picks up close to 5. It'll bring up 2nd and 5 for Lisle, and they've just gone back to that counter play over and over and over tonight.
Yeah, we're now below the 4-minute mark in the game and counting.
Both teams at this point just want to get out of here with no injuries.
Yeah, the Wilmington's got, I think that's all subs in there now.
I'm certain of that. I think they've gotten their starters out for sure. Pitch comes back right side, and McGrath spins ahead down close to the Wilmington 45, call it the 46. A gain of 6 yards for McGrath. Capwell makes the stop for Wilmington. He's about the lone starter out there, I think.
I really haven't figured out why you're running your first line starting running backs out there time and time again, taking a chance of getting them hurt. But
I don't know if Lisle has
maybe they don't have
much else without taking, a significant
maybe that's
step
true.
down. Doubling for the Lions again here. Pitch comes right side. McGrath trying to get to the outside and manages to punch it ahead inside the 45 to about the 43. Picks up 3 yards. Reimer making the stop for Wilmington will bring up 2nd and 7 for Lisle. 2:45 to go in the game at County. Wilmington leads it 34-3. This one was decided a while ago, although at the half it was not.
No.
Wilmington trailed it 3-0 with 10 seconds to go in the half and manages to get a touchdown to go up 7-3 going into the half, but the second half has been all Wilmington. One back in motion. Again, counter to Missouri. Good read by whoever's playing defensive end on that far side and ended up picking up a good chunk of yards, but it could have gone much further than that. Lagas actually made the stop for Wilmington after a gain of about 6. It'll bring up 3rd and a yard. They're going to give him a first down. Holy cow. All right, sure, why not? Just move the ball up a yard and give him 7 yards.
7.
1st and 10 Lisle from the Wilmington 35-yard line. As we approach 2 minutes to go in the game. 2 receivers to the near side. Again, double wing for Lisle. Van Volkenburg under center. Counter again, Missouri. Nice little cutback move. Almost dropped the football. Managed to reach back and catch it out of midair. And picks up about 8 yards. Popped straight up in the air. And Nick turned around and bobbled it for a second, but managed to reel it back in. Bring up 2nd down and 2 for Lisle from the Wilmington 27-yard line.
137.
I think they've matched about their entire offensive output tonight on this drive.
Yes.
1:30 to go in the game. Back to the double wing again for Lisle. 2nd and 2 from the Wilmington 7. Pitch to the right side. McGrath. Boy, good pursuit from Wilmington that time.
No.
Not much there. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage and nothing more to bring up 3rd down and 2. Ben Studer makes the stop for Wilmington.
Well, it's still raining, but not quite as bad.
So 3rd down and a couple for Lisle here. Under a minute to go in the game now. 34-3 Wilmington. 1 receiver to either side. And Volkenburg under center on 3rd and 2. Counter play Missouri. Up the left side down to the 20. Will pick up about 7 yards. It is enough for a first down with 43 seconds to go in the game. Again, be sure to stick around for a post-game show brought to you by ACN representative Pete Trevey. Be sure to go to the sponsors page, click on his link, and find out how they can save you money on pretty much all of your household bills.
29 seconds.
So 1st and 10 for Lisle from the 20 of Wilmington, down to 20 seconds to go in the game. This might be the last play of the game. Pitch comes right side. Trying to get the corner is McGrath. That goes nowhere. Matter of fact, might have lost a couple of yards. And I believe that's going to do it. Wilmington's going to win this one tonight, 34-3 to go at 3-0 on the year. Be back at home next week to take on Reed Custer, who's in a battle tonight with Seneca. Wilmington goes to 3-0. Lisle drops to 1-2. Welcome in to our post-game show, brought to you by ACN representative Pete Treby. Take a break, come back with your final totals. We'll do that in just a moment here on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
If you need something done around your house, chances are Beth's Busy Bees can get it done. They specialize in residential and commercial cleaning, but they can also do lawn care, small home remodeling and repair jobs, and even things like caregiving. Beth's Busy Bees is a small family-owned business, and they will treat you right every time. Call 815-685-9111 for Beth's Busy Bees today. Warren's Collision Center is your hometown body shop specializing in top-of-the-line customer service. Warren's accepts all insurance companies, and they offer free estimates, certified technicians, and a lifetime written warranty. Plus, Warren's will set you up with a rental car while your vehicle is in the shop. So the next time you need work done on your vehicle, call my good friend Warren at 815-458-3300 or stop by Warren's Collision Center at 242 North Front Street in Braidwood. You can also check them out online at warrenscollision.com. Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair. Breezer Construction Company is a proud supporter of Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network. For over 30 years, Breezer Construction Company has led the way in providing quality construction to the industrial, utility, and pipeline industries. For more information on Breezer Construction Company, go to breezerconstruction.com. That's breezerconstruction.com or call 815-521-0900. Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria in downtown Coal City is an authentic Italian restaurant that's all about sharing great food in a relaxing atmosphere. Ricchetti's has delicious paninis, sandwiches, calzones, salad, pasta, and of course their incredible pizza. Plus, you can check out a game on one of their many TVs, and they have Wi-Fi too. Stop by Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria today at 375 South Broadway in Coal City. ACN Representative Pete Treby has a very simple way for you to save money on your monthly bills. All you have to do is go to Pete's website and fill out the free analysis form. Then Pete will show you a detailed way to save money on everything: wireless, satellite TV, high-speed internet, local and long distance, computer support, and coming soon, save money on energy. Go to the sponsors page on this website, click on ACN Representative Pete Treby's link, fill out the free analysis form, and start saving money today. And welcome in here to the postgame show brought to you by ACN Representative Pete Treby. Like that commercial just said, go to the sponsors page, click on his link, and find out how you can save yourself some money. 34-3, the win tonight for Wilmington on the road here at Lisle. The Cats move to 3-0. More importantly, 1-0 in conference play, as Wilmington will be home next week to take on Reed Custer. My comments from just down the road in Braidwood, and we need to somehow get somebody to go get Coach Rinks before he disappears on us and disappears permanently because he's headed toward the bus. Apparently, we are just going to forego our post-game interview, I guess, unless we can figure out something in a hurry here. 34-3 is the lead, or the win. My goodness, my brain is totally frozen here tonight. 34-3, the win for Wilmington over Lisle. We're still trying to figure up our final totals, and hopefully we can get Rinks to come up here momentarily. We can figure out our final totals. We'll give those to you on both sides of the ball, and then hopefully talk to Coach Rinks here tonight. I'm still holding out hope that we'll go grab him at least for a couple of minutes, and then we'll wrap things up here momentarily. You can unplug it. My computer should be fine for the next few minutes. Yeah, it's on. I'm just about ready to get to your final totals as soon as the last couple of numbers, and I think we're just going to, unless Rinks figures out what's going on, which I think he might. It looks like he's, well, I don't know. He's way over there along that back corner heading off the field toward the bus, I do believe, way down there somewhere. So we'll see if we can go get him. In the meantime, I will give you the final scoring totals here. Sorry, folks, as we're kind of rambling on, but I'm trying to give my dad an opportunity to finish up the last of the stats here. Final totals, first of all, for the Lisle Lions: Alec Van Valkenburg, 2 rushing attempts for -4 yards. Nick Masura ran the ball 18 times for 60 yards tonight. Grant Hain, 1 rushing attempt for -1 yard. Martin McGrath ran the ball 16 times tonight for 36 yards on the ground. Lisle, 37 rushing attempts for 91 yards. Through the air, Alec Van Valkenburg is 3 of 16, his final numbers, for 18 yards. Pass completions to Grant Hain, 1 reception for 3 yards. Christian Grego had 1 reception for 7 yards. Charlie Jansen, 1 reception for 8 yards. Alec Van Valkenburg threw a pick as well in that first half, which was
A big interception at the time as Kyle Davis knocked it down and picked off a screen pass. In any case, Lisle 38 yards in the first half, 109 yards total tonight. 91 yards on the ground, 18 through the air, 109 yards of total offense for Lisle. For Wilmington tonight, rushing the football, Mason Southall, 6 rushing attempts for 8 yards. Nick Hawkins ran the ball 10 times for 78 yards and a couple of touchdowns tonight. Gavin Hawks, 2 rushing attempts for 52 yards and a touchdown. 47 of his yards came on one play, which was a touchdown run. Tyler Breimer, 3 carries for 8 yards tonight. Nick McWilliams, 10 carries for 71 yards and a touchdown. Mason Delangel, 1 carry for 17 yards. And Weaver with 2 carries for 2 yards tonight as well. Wilmington, 34 rushing attempts, 236 yards on the ground, and 4 touchdowns tonight. Through the air, Mason was 5 of 9 for 119 yards tonight. 1 pass caught by Nick Hawkins for 53 yards. Joe Mann had 2 receptions for 34 yards tonight. Alex Lomi, 3 receptions for 32 yards. As Mason Southall, 119 yards passing, 236 yards on the ground, 355 yards of total offense for Wilmington tonight. So they outgain Lisle 355 yards total to the Lisle Lions 109 yards. And I do believe Jeff Raines is on his way. So we did manage to catch him before he got on the bus, although I wouldn't blame him if he got on the bus well ahead of us getting out of here tonight. But I do believe he is on the way up at the moment. Will talk to us for just a few minutes, and then we're all ready to get out of here tonight, I do believe. So we'll get Coach Reintz's thoughts here in just a minute. This is the post-game show brought to you by ACN Representative Pete Treby. Be sure to click the link there on the page for the sponsors page. Click on Pete's name and find out more information about how you can save money on a lot of your household bills. So you move forward here this year, and we're joined by head coach Jeff Raines. Coach, tonight, boy, weather's been weird this year. A couple of lightning delays. Now we have what seems like November weather with the rain and the wind, and a very odd first half and a slow start, and then everything kind of shifted into high gear in that second half.
Yeah, it really did, and I want to compliment our kids on handling the adversity. I think they came out obviously a little flat at the beginning of the game, and we're dealing with the downpour, and it's up here we talked about last week dealing with the atmosphere here a little bit, but give credit to Lisle. They came out ready to go, hit us in the mouth. We weren't reacting the way we should have until the second half. So I would say this, defensively, I was happy the whole game. I thought the kids overall did their responsibilities well. You see how they were running their counters and misdirection. I thought our kids did a nice job with that. And then offensively, we just came out. We weren't finer, and we need to do a better job of coming out like that. But give credit to Coach Poppert and his kids. He's got like 22 kids, 23 kids,
Yeah.
and that's tough. And he's really coaching those kids hard. And but glad for us to get the win. Glad for us to see how we come back there the second half.
Yeah, and it seemed much like last week, the penalties and some of the miscues happened at just the wrong times that were kind of big plays in the first half, and you kind of got the feeling that if everything got put together that things would start going the right way. But I'll tell you what, getting close to halftime, getting a little nervous going into that last minute
sure
of the
was. And you know what? We were playing nervous. When things weren't going our way there, we tightened up a little bit. And the only way you get through that, and like Coach Southall was telling the kids at half, I and Coach Southall, Coach Murph, I mean, we can cheerlead for so long, but it comes down to they need to take control of the game, and I was glad the way they came out the second half and really did that job. But we need to come out from the get-go. But you're right, they started playing a little nervous, and then it seems like every time you know how it works. And then you get a big play, and then there's a penalty, and then we slip, and they get a pass play, and so that's the way football works. You need to keep composure. You need to work through the problems, and we did that tonight.
A quick question too. We got down toward the end of the half, and it was 4th and 2, I think, with 10 seconds left, and you ran the run. Was the entire idea to get into the end zone, or was it just to get a first down and get a little bit better?
They were going to have to stop the clock with the first down, and then obviously we can down it and get it. Now, is there a risk factor there? Yeah. If he cuts right, cuts left, cuts back right, and falls down before the goal line, we don't have it. But the kids really liked it. I mean, Barry was talking to them in the huddle, and they were saying, we think we really like our blocking here, and it was the same play then the second half. If you saw us, we just kept running that play consistently, and I give credit to our kids on that. Give credit to Barry listening to the kids, and they were confident in the play, and a little bit of a risk, no doubt about it. I'm sure there's some eyebrows raised about that one too. But boy, really glad to see. First off, McWilliams obviously another good game, but Nick Hawkins again is running the ball hard. He's so close to breaking some more, and then Hawks did a nice job blocking tonight, along with Del Angel. And Del Angel had a run for 15, and then Hoxie broke the one for the first time this year, and I'm real happy for him.
Yeah, that was one of the things that we mentioned on the big pass play. I think it was to Hawkins that went for the touchdown. That Gavin Hawks stepped up and picked
the blitz.
Yep.
Yes, he did. You're exactly right. When he came off the field, he was the first guy I gave a high five to, and he told me, he goes, "Boy, I took it." I said, "Well, thank God you did, because that resulted in 7 points." But you can see our team. They were playing tentative, and then when we got the play to Hawkins, they relaxed and really played well. And so now my job as a coach, now I got to figure out how to get that switch to go. And I'll be glad to be home next week against Reed Custer. And we've had 2 lightning delays and a monsoon, so let's get home and hopefully get some good weather.
Reed Custer's in a little bit of a battle tonight. I only had a 2-point game in the 4th quarter. So
I'm going to tell you,
Seneca
and Braywood, I tell you, that Seneca's got a lot of pride. They're taking that momentum they had from last year. And Braywood's got their new coach, and I tell you, and if we go into next week thinking, we're okay, the same thing's going to happen here. And if you keep doing this, it's going to catch up to you. And so that's what we got to work on.
All right, Coach, go warm up. Congratulations on another win tonight. We'll see you next week.
Hey, guys, really appreciate it. Thanks for being here tonight.
All right. Coach Jeff Rink joining us here on the postgame show, brought to you by ACN Representative Pete Shreve. That's going to wrap things up tonight, folks. It's been cold. It's been wet. But we're glad we stuck it out. Wilmington gets the win tonight, 34-3 over Lisle on the road. The Cats move to 3-0. Lisle drops to 1-2. We'll see you next week from Wilmington as they'll go up against Reed Custer. 7:15 our start time with Wilmington Wildcats Weekly, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast tonight. We'll see you next week. You've been listening to Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network.